What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us once again on the All I Need podcast. This is Kevin Clem doing another intro. This week, Anthony sat down with Tommie Zam, the founder of True Sk8board Mag. They discussed Tommie growing up in Florida, his introduction to skateboarding, their opinions on the Olympics, electric scooters in California, the death of print magazines, and the birth of new media. Before the show begins, I just want to mention to keep your eyes peeled on allineedskate.com this week. We got 2 new tees that should be dropping sometime this week. Should be within the next couple days, so if you just check in on the website, you'll be able to see those when they drop. Before the episode begins, if you want to donate to Sammy Baptista's recovery fund, we have a link to that in the description, so you can just go ahead and check that out. If you click the link, it'll just take you right over to his GoFundMe page. Also, be sure to check out our social media on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at All I Need Skate. The best way to support the All I Need podcast is to subscribe, comment, and rate us on iTunes. For shops who want to carry and support All I Need, our products can be found through Eastern Skate Supply. And also be sure to check out allineedskate.com. And if you head over to our YouTube channel, which we've been cramming videos onto, we got a promo for our newest full-length Good Eye, so you can check that out. It should be dropping sometime in the spring, so yeah, get hyped to see that. And all right, that's it. Enjoy this new intro theme put together by James Carey. He absolutely crushed it. I think it suits the show very well, and I think you guys will too. All right, enjoy.
Now tuning into the All I Need podcast.
But I'm just so glad it's skateboarding. It's been the one thing that came to me at the right time. It could have been anything I imagined, but skateboarding was what it was. So I love skateboarding to death. That's right when I found skateboarding. Like, my friend showed me it and I was like latched onto it because it was the only thing at that time that was really fun and like my escape. And I fell in love with it, you know?
Doing good, man. Just grinding, skating, working, you know, life stuff.
Yeah, I feel you, dude. It's been raining the last 5 days here.
Yeah, where are you at? Tell me where you're at.
San Diego?
Nice, a whale's vagina. Good for you.
Down in PV, that's where I'm at right now.
Actually, when we were talking earlier and I was thinking about this, I was trying to figure out where we'd start. Maybe we should start with where you're from originally.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Hey, I'm gonna grab a water real quick.
Yep, just keep the phone kind of close to you so I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna grab a water real quick.
No worries. Let
I
me
was
know.
trying to figure out where to go.
What's that?
I was like, damn, should I go sit in a bar, restaurant, something, just like post it up?
Nah, you're fine. You're fine where you're at.
All right, cool.
Just get somewhere comfy, that's all. Why?
Yeah, I live in a studio, man. I just sit on my bed.
Nice.
That's about it. Is that good?
Yeah, it's good. I'm just gonna move this table back a little more so people can see me.
Okay. Where's your partner at?
KK could not make it today. He works on Wednesday, so he'll be here tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
I was
usually,
like, damn. I was hoping to have your partner too, man.
yeah, maybe in person. So like the way I've been trying to do it now is just figure out in person it's a lot easier, but over the internet it's kind of a fucking pain in the ass. So like I've been trying to figure out how to do it where we can get video and audio crispy, and I think I might have figured it out with your episode.
All right, hold on. Let me I'm gonna put the power saver on.
Okay.
You got your power saver on?
No, but I got it plugged in.
Okay. Yeah, my plug's like way on the other side, so I might have to. When I see the thing drop, I'll have to run over there and sit down on the floor and plug it in.
Okay. Well, you want to get it going?
Yeah. So what do you want to talk about? Like just everything or what?
Yeah, let's just start out with where you're originally from.
Okay. Yeah, definitely. Nice little bowl there, dude. I like that.
I like the smoke of weed. Where you from, Tommie?
Originally from Pensacola, Florida. That's where originally I'm from is Fitchburg, Massachusetts. So that's where I was actually born. But my dad was in the military, so he retired in Pensacola, Florida. So that's where I grew up. It was in Florida and stuff. So, and that's where, you know, skateboarding and, you know, my whole growing up was like started right there.
That's crazy. You're originally from Fitchburg.
Yeah, Fitchburg, Massachusetts, dude. I'm a damn Yankee that settled in the South.
They got or they used to have an Eastern Border out there in Fitchburg. I'm not sure if they do anymore. Eastern Border Skate Shop. You ever heard of them?
Yeah, I heard of them.
Hell.
Yeah, I was only there for like probably like 1 year old, and then my parents bounced out of there and went to Florida.
Your dad was in the military, you said?
Yeah, he was in the Army. So he was in the Special Forces. So he kind of didn't really talk that much about the military. You know, like he was like in Vietnam and all that stuff. So he didn't really talk about any of that stuff. So
whoa, gnarly.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You think he's probably seen some shit then? You're thinking?
Yeah. I mean, he passed away last year with Agent Orange. So he was in the middle of the whole where they dropped in Vietnam, where they dropped the Agent Orange. He was in the middle of all that, so he passed away last year with Agent Orange.
Whoa, that's gnarly. That's like a chemical they use for warfare, right?
Yeah. He got cancer or a tumor on back of his eye right here, and it grew on his whole left side.
Wow, that's fucking insane, dude. Sorry to hear that, man.
It's all good, dude. He's doing good up there.
Yeah. Such is life, though. It's crazy to think that, you know, just like not that long ago, people are fucking going to war for crazy shit and using those chemicals. Yeah. Even now, they still do crazy shit, you know?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you.
Yeah. Man, so that was crazy. So did you travel around a bunch because your dad?
No, we didn't really. I didn't travel, but my mom and my two older brothers, they traveled more than I did. So they've been to Germany. They went all around the world. Me, I mean, I was born. They were like, "Hey, you know what? You're staying in Florida. We're not going anywhere." And so my dad was gone like basically all my life until I want to say until I was like a freshman in high school. So it was like my mom and my two brothers. So my two brothers used to raise me up. And then my mom worked like 2 or 3 jobs and like was never home. And so I had my two older brothers that used to raise me. So, I mean, a lot of memories there with those two guys.
Did you catch a lot of beatings?
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. One time, dude, they fucking I had a loose tooth. And so they, you know, I don't know where they got it from. So they tied like a fish string to the tooth.
Wow.
And they tied it to the door handle and like slammed the door, try to get my tooth out, and fucking hit my head on the door.
Didn't work,
so
bro.
And then that didn't work, so they would get pliers and try to ply out my tooth.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Hey, I was the youngest, so I got tortured, man.
Yeah, I'm a brother as well. I have a younger brother, and then I had 3 cousins that were boys, man. And we'd all get together in the summers, and we were ruthless. We'd beat the shit out of each other. Like, we loved each other. But we just didn't know our limits, you know?
Yeah. That's funny, dude. Hey, it's great to have siblings, you know?
Yeah, that's part of growing up. Is you fucking, especially if you're a boy, you need someone to like get rough with and fucking make some mistakes with. And if you got brothers, that can happen, you know.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, my dad was gone traveling overseas and stuff like that in the military. So I mean, I just had my two older brothers that basically raised me to be who I am now, you know. Yeah, that's rad, man. My sisters played like a big part in my development too. Shout out to my sister Leah and Heidi. Same thing, like parents weren't around and they just fucking stepped in and filled those roles as the adults in the house, you know? Yeah. That's rad. It's a lot of pressure if you're like a kid, a teenager, and you're trying to fucking live your life and you're like trying to take care of people and take care of yourself, you know? Like, yeah. Do that. I mean, my mom, I mean, she worked like 2 or 3 jobs, and like, I mean, like when I was growing up, I mean, we didn't have like, you know, nice clothes or anything like that. I mean, I came from like a blue collar family, you know, like we had to work for, if we want something, we had to work for it, you know, and like, you know, I had like secondhand down clothes and, you know, Bobo shoes and stuff like that, you know? So, I mean, you know, that's what, you know, my mom was always working, making sure there's food on a table and stuff like that and everything. Shout out to Mom for crushing it, dude. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. She's killing it. Can't take that shit for granted, dude, because, like, so, you know, sometimes people fall apart in those situations. They don't actually rise up, you know, and that's amazing that she's willing to work a couple jobs. Like, working one job can be fucking hard, let alone 3 kids
three boys and fucking 2 jobs or whatever. That's brutal.
Yeah, I mean, she did it all on her own, you know. So I mean, mad props to her.
Yeah. Did she like her jobs? I imagine if she had them.
I mean, she. I mean, I never talked to her about it. I mean, but I think she did. But I mean, she had to do it just because, you know, she had to put some food on the table, and you know, there's times that she wouldn't eat. She would make sure that food on the table, and she would just go to sleep because she was so tired, you know.
Yeah. So.
But she did. But we did do our, you know, because my dad's Jewish, my mom's Catholic, and so when my dad had me, they were basically like, "Hey, look, you know, we're gonna." You know, they were trying to figure out which one's going to, you know, are we going to raise them by Jews or Judaism, or are we going to go by Catholic? And they were like, my dad was like, just raise them by Catholic. So every Saturday we go, my mom will always make sure we go to church. Eat, go to church.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's sick, dude. Like, I'm not religious, but when I was a child, I went to church and it had a good influence on me.
Yeah.
Do you feel the same, or how was your take?
It kind of did. Until I saw like the priest like have a heart attack in front of me when I was young. So it was kind of like, yeah, dude, I don't know if I can go back to church again, dude. I'm done.
Dude, just drop dead. You're like, where was God on that one, bro? You're praying every day. What the hell?
I just passed out during sermon. I was like, whoa, that's gnarly, dude. Like, all right, I'm done. I'm not going to church anymore, man. I can't see that.
Dude,
but he was a cool priest. I mean, he was actually a pretty cool dude.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah. That might have made me pray harder, dude. Like, oh my God. You took him out. What do I don't even stand a chance, bro.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just liked it. I had a positive influence on me just in the fact of like the community aspect, and people came and tried to put on their best face at the very least, you know, and like,
yeah,
I liked it because like it just seemed something stable at the time, and I wasn't really even buying any of the rhetoric or whatever they're saying, but I just like enjoyed like the communal aspect of religion, you know.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's cool. I mean, you know, like my whole thing is like, you know, like. I'm not like a diehard religious person, you know, but I mean, I believe that like you don't have to go to church. You don't have to, you know, do this and this and this. You know, if you want to talk to God, if you believe in God or whatever, you can just sit around, walk around and talk to him, you know, or pray to him, you know. That's just my belief, you know.
Yeah. I like that. That sounds awesome.
You know, I mean, to me, going to church, you're giving money to the church, and where's that going to? BMW.
Heart attacks, cocaine, and strippers, bro.
Exactly, dude.
That's so funny.
It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. All that stuff's coming out, man.
I know. It's terrifying, but yeah. If you believe in a God, you just have a relationship with that God. You know, no one should own that. Like it should be, you know. If it's the ideal you aspire, like if you're aiming up and you're looking at a God and you're like, that's the ideal. God is something that I am trying to be, that I'm just only human about, you know? So you're aspiring, it's your ideal. It's something bigger than you. So it's like that you have your own relationship with that, you know?
Yeah.
You just got to kind of live your life in accordance so you can try to progress in whatever direction you're trying to go, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like,
I agree with you.
Yeah, and like church can give you structure, but like when it comes to your relationship with God, it's like they don't own that, you know?
Yeah,
if you believe in a God.
No, definitely. I mean, I talk to the universe. I believe in the universe, so that's what I believe in. Everything works for the universe, you know?
Yeah. Plus, it's like we are made in, if there's a God, we are made in his image, and we're whatever creation, we're part of the universe. If we're all the same, like a lot of it is people realizing they're like powerful, you know. I see that nowadays with the internet and realizing they have the power of more power than they thought they had, or relevance, or whatever, or connectivity, or like people online are like, they're not aware of like their impact they could have, you know. And that's like realizing that you're a creator in some sense.
Yeah.
And that's like godly like, because God's the creator, right? You know?
Yeah. I mean, people, I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy to think that stuff, you know?
Yeah. Definitely. I think about it all the time, because like sorry to go off, but I think about this all the time, because when I dealt with my mom, there was like I saw heaven and hell, you know. My mom was so reckless and just like, I saw a lot of evils and shit that like the scripture's talking about, you know, like people possessed with thoughts and all that stuff. And I always like, I didn't want to live in hell, so I always like I liked religion because they at least aspired to be better, you know, and talk about like discipline and focus and like community and passion and like these words that were like more productive, you know, than the opposite way. Like I've definitely seen hell, and I've glimpsed heaven here and there, you know, like.
But I could tell you a crazy story after you finish this, man.
I don't even know where I'm really going, but like, I just think people like, if you can realize your influence and your power and like your ability to make like a positive change or a negative one, then you have some grasp at controlling it. And to do that, you have to take on responsibility and some admittance that you realize your power, you know? People are scared of that. That's why a lot of people run their whole lives away from like things that could build them up to be better, you know, because it's a lot of pressure and power and responsibility, you know.
No, definitely.
But what's your story? Sorry, that was the.
No, that's all good. No, you're right. I mean, you're totally right.
Thank you.
Saying. No, you're totally right. I mean, like a lot of people, I don't know. I think a lot of people forget about things. I mean, but I want to say this generation is just so whack. I mean, it's such a wacky generation, man. Like being around it and being out here and seeing this generation is like, wow, dude, these people do not understand like what life is about. You know what I mean? There's
like a portion of people that are just like more consumer than anything else, and they just follow these crazy things, and you see them and they're like carbon copies, and you can tell they're all into the same thing. There's no originality. I mean, it's always probably been, but now with the phone and like the internet and the connectivity, it's like you can build these prisons of hell, or these like you can narrate and curate your own life just through what you want to see and what you can block out everything. It's insane, the capability nowadays. So you see some people that are just lost in that, which is crazy.
No, it's crazy. So this crazy story I'm gonna tell you, when you were talking about hell and stuff, seeing hell and stuff. I mean, I saw this. So I'm gonna picture my neighborhood. My neighborhood where I grew up in is in back of a cemetery. Like there's a cemetery like in the back of it, and there's our neighborhood behind it. And it has nothing to do with that, but it's just kind of an idea. So I was like about, I want to say, I was old enough for my mom to leave me home by myself, and she had to go pick up my two brothers from catechism. It was like some Catholic thing, church on a Wednesday or whatever.
Was it like a class or something?
Yeah. It was like some class thing. And so she was like, hey, you know, I'm going to leave you home by yourself. You know, being a little kid, like probably, I'm going to say about I was like 5 or 6. You know, you're playing toys by yourself. You have imaginary friends and this and that, you know. So I was like in my room. And how my room was, there's the hallway. And then right in the front, there's the bathroom, and there's this big oral mirror. And nobody was home. And like, I was fucking like playing with toys and fucking just pretend I was an army man, whatever I was doing. And then once I like my door's open so you can see the bathroom in the mirror. And then when I walk past that, fucking a shadow. Wasn't my shadow, a shadow.
Shit.
I'm not lying, dude. A fucking shadow. Like, and I remember it, dude. Like, just right there in the mirror.
There's no windows, nothing? There's no way a bird just flew by? You didn't have any rodents in your house?
No, it's like a bathroom, you know, and there's no windows, and it's just a mirror right above the sink. Dude, and it's fucking, I swear it was the devil, dude. It's fucking looking at me, dude. And I was scared shitless, and I refused to get out of the room, and I sat on my bed, dude, till my mom got home.
Yeah, that gives me the chills thinking about that.
Dude, and I still think that shit, dude. I'm like, dude, that's crazy. Even when I go home and see my mom, I'm always like, careful walking in the mirror, you know, I might see the devil in my image.
It's you with horns. Oh!
Probably, dude. Whoa!
Nah, but that's a good that makes for a good analogy though. Like that's what I was going back to earlier about saying like realizing you're powerful. Like some people aren't even self-aware enough to be aware that they're causing problems, you know, and that's the devil in them, you know, that like reckless, like disregard, like whatever, you know, like that want to fucking watch it all burn, or you're even the worst is if you're just not aware of your own actions and you don't see the repercussions, then it like hurts people, you know. You see, people,
definitely.
like people make the same mistake again and again. They don't realize it's a mistake, or they don't admit it. You know, like I've been that person where you hit your head on the wall too many times, and you're like, why didn't I just turn around? Like go that way. Like, what the fuck did I do that for? You know, like it happens. You know.
Exactly.
But some people have it in them. Like sometimes it's just like if you just indulge in things and you don't actually go, you gotta be well rounded as a human. You know, like.
Yeah.
All we have is time, really. Like time's our currency, and we got to do things with it, and we can use that time to develop our character and who we are, and like keep learning, you know. But it's like, you know, that gets exhausting. You're like, fuck it, let's just go get drunk and fucking go fishing, and then the priest is doing cocaine with hookers, and you're like, what's going on? What's going on right now? Did I just help him get the hooker? What?
Yeah, they were. I ended up being an altar boy one time.
Really?
A couple times. Yeah, altar boy.
Interesting.
And so, like, a couple of other altar boys, they used to steal, and I did it a couple of times. They used to take the bread and drink the wine before we went into the church and stuff.
A little, yeah.
Yeah, they're like, hey, here, take some. I'm like, all right, cool, I'll take some wine.
There's sin. Temptation's at your door, bro.
Exactly. That's probably what was looking at me every day, you know?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I've never seen the devil, or I've never seen the devil's shadow, but I did have a situation when I was younger, and I was living with my dad, and my dad was in a motorcycle gang, just like to kind of paint the story. So like he'd have people come over, and they have bikes and guns, and like they're all like cool, a lot of them, but like they had enemies too, you know, like.
Yeah.
Dude, this one time we were just staying in this motel. We're living in this motel, and it's one floor. It's in Arizona, and then my dad and my sister left to go to get a movie because you could rent movies at this time. And I was like, I'm just gonna stay back, hang. I was in the house, and they left, and then all of a sudden a van came up, jamming into the parking lot, parked, jumped out, came to the door of my apartment, and I was like, there was an open window right there. And this dude just came barging up to the door and didn't even try to knock. He just tried like kicking it in, but just couldn't do it. And I'm literally inside the house, and I like ducked down under this table, and I'm just sitting there like fucking shaking my ass off, going, "What the fuck is he doing?" He didn't even try to knock or anything. And I saw him pull in, and then he just like said something super loud, and then fucking left, got in his van, and then disappeared. And then I just like got outside. I was like, fuck that. I'm not staying in the house. I don't want to feel trapped. So I just went outside, locked the door, and like waited for my dad and sister to come back. And they came back, and I told him, and he said, I don't know. I don't fucking know. So I'm like, what the fuck was that, dude? It's crazy. Imagine if he kicked the door and just fucking murked me out or something.
I know, you're sitting there like, and you wouldn't be here right now, dude. You know, that's crazy to think, you know?
And the fact that it was a van, because in Arizona when I was younger, they would just be like, watch out for vans. They'd say that in school because dudes would just like swoop people up in vans and fucking do sketchy shit.
Yeah, I had an incident once that happened to me. I think it was this white van, and I remember it. I think my other brother was gone. It was just my brother, and I had my little dachshund. And I was on the side of the house, and this van pulled up, like was creeping around the neighbor cul-de-sac, like around in the cul-de-sac, and coming in front of my house because it saw me out like on the side of the house and was trying to call me over.
What?
Hey. And I was like, nah, dude, I bounced in the house. I was like, told my brother, and my brother's like looking for him and shit. Couldn't find him.
There's a dude out there with a candy bag. Watch out.
Well, that was back in the 90s when all that crazy shit was happening. You know, the van, and, you know, oh, hey, come here, kid, I got candy for you, you know, and like fucking kidnap your ass.
Such a
That's
nightmare.
the crazy part.
Yeah, such a nightmare. I wonder how common kidnapping is nowadays. Like I feel like back then it was like people were freaking out. Now it's like maybe oversaturation.
Yeah. Well, no, crazy where I'm from, Pensacola. I mean, that's like well known for a lot of things. That was when the that's huge for the bomb. I don't know if you remember, but abortion bombing back in the 90s.
I do, I remember.
Late 80s, early 90s. That was huge in Pensacola, like abortion bomb. And we used to skate right there, dude. where
Right where the action goes down.
yeah, dude. Like, it was crazy, dude. And we used to skate there. There used to be gaps and stuff. We used to skate right there. And then Netflix just did a thing on him, Ted Bundy. He was caught in Pensacola.
Really? The serial
neighbors.
killer, right?
Yeah.
I just started watching it, but I just didn't get back to it yet.
Well, I just killed the ending for you. He was caught in Pensacola by my neighbor's brother.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit! That's like, what? You're that close to him, man.
Yeah. And then you remember the pipe bombing guy, or the one that used to wear the hoodie and the glasses?
Unabomber.
Yeah, he was from Pensacola too.
No shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy.
That is
all the crazies come out of Florida, dude.
What?
That's basically.
So my next question is, what's going on in Pensacola back then?
What's going on back then? Pensacola, back in the 80s and 90s. I mean, it was as I remember, that's where I started skateboarding.
Yeah.
I had my brothers, my two older brothers. They skateboarded. You know, my parents always had like old skateboards with the wood and clay wheels and all that stuff. So I mean, I grew up around it because my two older brothers, my dad had it and all that stuff.
They had boards.
And they used to have boards. They used to have banana boards and cruise around in little like short shorts and shit like that. You know, like the 80s style. You know, the 70s. Like literally, dude. You know, it's like now I'm like, dude, what the fuck you wearing, dude?
What are you doing with the headband?
Yeah, exactly, dude. My brother used to have his little boombox on his shoulders and cruising with a little board and stuff, dude. I'm like, what the hell? Well, then he got a PAL board, and then I started getting into it, you know. So I used to steal his board, and he used to beat the shit out of me for stealing his board. And then my neighbor, Arthur Adams, he killed it on vert. Like, he used to skate with Scott Stanton, all those Zorlak guys, Pete Kelly.
Zorlak, shout out. I remember Zorlak.
Yep. Back in the days, used to skate with those guys.
They used to make blanks, and I'd ride their blanks.
Oh, dude, their boards were sick too, dude.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And so he would skate the YMCA vert, and like one day he rolls over to my house, knocks on the door, and says, "Hey, here's a skateboard." And I'm like, "What?" So it was a Pal Peralta with Goldwing Street Shadows, yo-yo wheels, and the Lance Mountain with the cavemen on it, with Smith stick rails on it, and then had like because it was back in the 80s, they used to have those the gripping things off for the nose and stuff like that.
The
and
accessories,
so,
all the accessories.
Yeah, you know, so that was my first real board. So that's what got me more into skateboarding and stuff. So I mean, there wasn't that much to do in Pensacola. I mean, it was either you'd be a redneck, you skateboard, surf,
serial killer,
yeah, serial killer, or you're just a drug addict. You know what I mean? You're just, you know, that's basically it. That's all you can do in Pensacola. There's those things, you know. I mean, we had like people come out of there, like Emmitt Smith. He came out of Pensacola.
Running back.
Yep. For Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
And then Roy Jones Jr. I used to play basketball with him in my neighborhood.
Wow.
And then his sister used to have a crush on me in high school.
You should have boxed him. Were you playing basketball?
Hell no, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, if you can find old pictures of me, dude, I don't know if I have any, but dude, I was like a stick, dude. I was like 6 feet tall, probably like 100 pounds, dude. I was like skinny motherfucker, dude.
Nice. Yeah, how tall are you?
I'm like 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah, you're a little big.
Yeah. So I mean, but I was like a stick, dude. Like literally like skinny as fuck, dude. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I was skinny. So I mean, if I fought Roy Jones, dude, he could just break my bones.
Yeah.
Like,
well, you should have got with the sister, and then you probably.
Hey, the sister was hot too, man. And I think about it now, I was like, damn, I should have got with her, dude. But at that time, I didn't care. That was skateboarding, man. That was my life, man. The skateboarding, that was it. And then, you know, there was also too, like, Pensacola is also known for his punk rock scene. Like, that's where I saw, like, Green Day when they first came out, NoFX when they first came out. Like, everybody come to Pensacola because it was such a huge, and it still is a huge music scene. You would never expect that of a small city that is called Lower Alabama because it's on the border of Alabama and Florida.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I don't know if you ever seen that TV show. I guess there's a TV show at a bar called Floribama.
Never seen it.
Yeah, I guess they're kind of like the Jersey Shores, but it's called Floribama kind of deal.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I heard about it. Some people around here talking about, oh yeah, you see that movie, that TV show? I'm like, nah, dude, I don't have a TV, man. I have a laptop. I just watch my Netflix.
yeah, right. Same.
But yeah, I mean, that's basically what Pensacola is. It was just a small little like town, you know. I mean, we had our skate shops, 2 skate shops that we had in there. Where Interlight was like some surf skate shop, and then Water Boys opened up. And there was only 2. And if you wanted to drive to Fort Pickens, that's like driving from here to LA, San Diego to LA. And minus there's no traffic going from Pensacola to Fort Pickens. There's used to be called back in the day Beach Plus. You probably remember, or Beach Plus. Now it's called the Plus now.
Yeah, Plus.
Yeah. So that used to be called Beach Plus, and was a small little like skate shop shack that was in like where everybody went to and everything. So, and then so I mean that's where I grew up skateboarding at. Like I didn't really skate with like a crew or anybody. I was determined to skate by. I skated by myself, taught myself how to skate. All the tricks I'd done, I learned on my own, or I would like watch. Arthur would have like old skate videos, like Powell Tour videos. I go to his house, watch those, and then I go copy it out in the middle of the street. Nice. And then like VHS tapes, he let me borrow, and I'd take them home. My mom would sit there and watch them with me and stuff. And then like, skate magazines like Thrasher and Transworld, I used to get those all the time. And then I would do, my person I grew up with was Matt Hensley, dude. I was like, my wall was like 8th Street, Matt Hensley, all up on my wall, dude.
Why was he the shit?
I just like his style, dude. I like this like little like 1 foot he used to do. Like, I mean, dude, he killed it, dude.
Hell yeah. I mean, he was like a little ahead of like when I was paying attention to skateboarding stuff. He was like earlier, but like I remember the dudes I looked up to loved his skating. Like that's all they'd say, how good he was.
He just had to. He was just fresh, man. Like he would just kill it. And so I had like his pictures on the walls, and and like I would like try to dress like him and like go out there and practice his tricks, and you know what I mean, like try to like copy him, because in Pensacola we didn't have that, you know what I mean? Like it was a small little town in Florida, a redneck town in Florida that like like you skateboard, you got your ass beat by the rednecks, you know what I mean? Or you got cops yelling at you and threatening you and giving you tickets and stuff. I remember one time I was a little older and we were skating at school, and this redneck cop pulled up, and he was just running his mouth. And I looked at him and said, dude, would you rather us, go do drugs and start shooting people up? And he's like, yeah, give me a reason to shoot you.
Jesus.
I was like, wow, dude, you're fucked. I didn't say that. I wanted to say you're fucked up, dude.
Calm the fuck down. You're a cop, bro.
So I mean, that's what we grew up towards, because either got our asses beat by rednecks or got deal with cops,
Yeah, bullshit. You're just trying to fucking get through the day, bro.
Yeah, and then like I don't know, Pete Kelly, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's who I grew up with him. And he kind of put me on his wing, and I used to skate with him all the time and ride for his. He used to have a company called Unity Skateboards, and I used to, ride for him. And he put me on the wings and got me into skateboarding more and more and stuff like that and everything. And then
that's sick. I just skated with Pete down at Surf Expo. He came, shredded the mini ramp. Sick to see him.
Yeah, he was telling me about it, dude. I talked to him. He was like, yeah, I was with Shetler the other day at Surf Expo, dude. He was killing it.
Dude, I'm going to say the same. Dude, P was ripping, dude. I saw him out there in the middle of, like, it got heavy at times, and he was fucking in there, dude. Shredding. Solid style, good trick selection. He was like spring chicken in there.
Yeah. Hey, for his old age, Pete, I know you're going to watch this. Yeah, you're killing it, dude.
Hell yeah.
So I mean, that's that was like Pensacola. So I mean, me going when I was in high school, you had to deal with like, I mean, I remember back then, the blacks used to wear the African symbol thing, talking about.
Yeah.
And a redneck rolls up with a confetti flag, and the black guy got expelled, but the redneck didn't. And it was like, the next day there was like KKK on one side and the Black Panthers on the other side of the school. It was, dude, that's what I grew up to.
Yeah, you're like, holy shit, like.
And and I was like, I'm a skateboarder. I don't need to deal with that shit. I used to get picked on at school too for being a skateboarder.
Yeah.
That's
crazy to think, because nowadays it's like skateboarding seems so accepted. Like people understand what it is. When I came up, it wasn't that many either, because I was in the East Coast, so it was like just one or two of us, three of us at a time, and just like people were definitely assholes. We didn't have any race wars like that, but but dude, for sure, like in the streets dealing with cops and people and just like assholes, and sometimes you're the asshole. Crazy shit, dude. Did you, not to sidetrack, but did you see the stuff that happened with the GX dudes in SF and like the security guard and stuff?
Yeah, isn't that crazy, dude?
So brutal, dude. Things gotten taken too far. There was something funny that happened in Boston here too at our skate park. They have this Lynch family skate park under the bridge, and it's like a massive skate park in the heart of Boston, like next to the Boston Garden. And it's been there for a while now, like I think over a year or two, and then they finally got lights. And so they put lights at this massive indoor skate park so people could skate there at night. And someone got arrested like the first night the lights were on. The cop, and he like tackled the skater, and the skater the video's online somewhere, and it's like I was laughing at the whole situation because I'm like, how both of them are so dumb. Like, you guys, there's lights on in a skate park, it's a misunderstanding, and now you're arresting someone over it, and they're just fucking embarrassing for everyone. I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, use your common sense. Like, they put the lights in so people could use the skate park. Yeah, technically it's not the grand opening, but like, you don't arrest someone. Like, so stupid.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude.
Hilarious,
like,
though.
It's I don't know, man. It's insane, dude. Like, I think here I was in Encinitas when Pooch Park first opened up in Encinitas.
Yeah.
They had a sign that said "Skate Your Own Risk," and the cops used to come there and give people tickets just for not wearing a helmet, and they'd be like, "Dude, skate your own risk," and they wouldn't care. They give you tickets and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, fuck us, right?
Yeah, exactly, dude. Like, dude, you got a park built. This is what it's supposed to be, But it's like that anywhere, man. It's insane, dude. It's I don't know. It has got better. I will say the cops have been a little more lenient, a little bit, but compared to like when I was growing up to now, I think they're more used to skateboarders. You know what I mean? Because back then they were like, "You're just a bunch of hoodlums." I mean, we were hoodlums. We were hoodlums, but
Guilty.
Exactly. I have to raise my hand on that one, dude. But yeah, that's basically what Pensacola was. I mean, people that came out of there for skateboarding wise was like I said, Scott Stanton, Chris Markovich came out of there.
Legend.
Yeah, I mean, I skated with him a couple of times when I was younger. I think it was my first contest. It was called Turkey Shoot. It was at the Motor Grove YMCA. Very first contest, dude. I was a beginner. I didn't know what the hell I was doing, dude. And like Markovich and Jamie Thomas used to come to Pensacola all the time because there was nothing to skate in Dothan, Alabama.
I was gonna say he's from Alabama, right?
Yeah, but Alabama's so close, so they would like come skate Pensacola all the time.
Sick.
And so that was my first contest, dude. And I haven't skated a contest ever since then. I think I buried myself. I was like, I'm not a contest skater, dude. Fuck this. I'm gonna stick to street and stuff. So that's what I did.
Yeah. I mean, I tried contests for a long time, and I think I won one contest, and then I would just enter them, and I never did that well. But I always had fun, It was always like, this is sick, like, to go and skate and all that. So, but street skating all day for sure.
Oh, street skate was so much fun, dude. That's all I learned. You know what I mean? Just basically street, because I mean, Mo Grove shut down. YMCA had no park anymore, no vert ramp anymore. I never skated a vert, but I used to go there and watch it all the time with Arthur and be amazed and watch some dudes fucking killing it,
Yeah.
And there was no skate parks anymore in Pensacola, so everybody had to skate the streets, and that's what we all learned, to skate the streets and stuff.
Yeah.
And now they're building a skate park in Pensacola underneath a interstate, and it's supposed to be one of the biggest skate parks in Florida.
Sick.
And stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty sick. Hopefully they just raised the money for it. They got the money from like the city finally gave them the money, half of the money, and they got, you know, other money from like Tony Hawk Foundation and stuff like that. So I mean, yeah, I'm pretty hyped on that. I'm ready to skate that park, see what it's like.
Yeah, and skate parks could make a big difference to a lot of people that like love to skateboard and need a place to go shred, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, because like growing up, we didn't have any of these skate parks that are around nowadays. Like up on the East Coast here, I'm just like, we used to have the worst skate parks. They were fun. I mean, you made do, but they were just like not designed by skateboarders, prefabs, like put in awkward spots, short run-ups, big cracks. Fucking winter would come, they'd all shift. Like it was almost like you'd rather just go skate flat ground at times, you know? And then even before that, like when I was in New Hampshire, there was no park. Like we raised money just to get the first like pyramid basically in a parking lot, you know? Whereas like we need something to fucking skate, you know? Now it's sick. Like I see them in New England, all these parks are popping up now. All these parks that I was watching, like when I was younger, watching the parks and all the stuff, it was in California, you know? They all had people that designed the parks, and you know, now it's popping up all over New England. It's crazy. These sick parks are all the homies are building and designing parks, and cities are down for it. And it's crazy because I like this whole summer I was on tour basically just around here in my home area because there's so many different spots to go to and people are throwing skate events. So like seriously, I didn't have enough time to do all the skate events, which is like, it's never been like that ever. When I was coming up, you know, it was just like now people can do that. So it's insane, you know?
It's crazy, you know what I mean? Just to think about it, how you and me both growing up, there was nothing like this, you know what I mean? Like, we would always dream of, oh, how sick it would be, like, a skate park, sick-ass skate park in our neighborhood, or, you know what I mean? Like,
I was even, like, I would just take another skateboarder. Like, how sick would it be if people knew about skateboarding and thought it was cool and, like, understood why it meant something to anybody, you know? Like, because people were so disconnected, but now it's, you know, it's awesome.
Yeah, I remember when I was young, we all used to talk about, dude, how sick would it be skateboarding Olympics next year? There's skateboarding Olympics. That's a whole different topic.
It is, and I talk about it on the show a lot, so it's fine. I think it's fine, but I think it's hilarious. Like I'm definitely gonna I'm excited for the Olympics for jokes. Mm-hmm. For the jokes, you know, like I really hope there's some spandex. Like,
oh god,
it's the same reason I watch contests now. Like, contests are sick, but you can you can pick it apart because it's a contest. You know, it's fun to critique, and there's always like a winner and a loser, and it's like there's stories. You ever go to a contest? It's intense. Like,
oh god, dude.
So many different people. Yeah, you know, people come. You see all these personalities, and it's just like you party for a weekend together, and then. You know, it's like you leave and you know each other and you're like, fuck, maybe I know you too well. What did I do? Catholic priest and a hooker? What?
You're like, huh? What'd you do?
Hilarious.
But nah, the Olympics, man, it's, I talk a lot on my show too. I do ask people about the Olympics too. We
got to get into that too. I know we could talk for hours too, but we'll circle around to like modern day and what you're up to now, so we can get into some of that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And then like the Olympics is kind of like honestly, I'm not too stoked about it. You know what I mean? It's I think it's gonna. A lot of people say it's gonna do really good and help out skateboarding and open more opportunities and stuff. You know, and as you and me both know, skateboarding is not a team sport. You know what I mean? It's homies just go out and skate and have fun and crack up in 40s and smoke a blunt together and just have fun. You know what I mean? And with Olympics now, it's going to separate skateboarding because we're going to know who are the skateboarders, the street skaters, and we're all going to know who's going to be contest skaters. That's it. You know?
Yeah.
It's crazy, dude.
The contest dudes, they're going to have Nike and spandex on for sure. I guarantee it. They'll be easy to spot.
Can you picture that, dude? Oh, my God.
Emmett Smith, dude, in the Olympics. Picture silver spandex for sure.
What's going to happen with the dude that rides for DC? Is he going to have to quit DC and ride for Nike?
They own the Olympics, apparently.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I had Kevin looking it up on the show. He was interning up that, and I'm just like, it's funny to me because it's like a cash grab for people that don't skateboard. They just like take it and promote it, and then someone's like, it'll be cool for like a handful of skateboarders. It might actually help them, you know. But that's like 3 people. You know? It's like
we know who the 3 people are.
Yeah, and it's like that's awesome for them, but it's like, you know, I don't know. That shit always worries me because I'm always preaching and talking about how like you should be self-reliant and like not depend on sponsors for your, you know, because those things go away. You know, one injury, one change in a swing or something cool, and then you know what I mean. It's not sustainable. It doesn't last long. They come and go. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like that's like a hard game to play. So like 2 or 3 people get to make money doing that game where they, you know, that's a hard one, dude. I wouldn't want to do that because I like skateboarding because it lets me color outside the fucking box and be reckless and light the paper on fire and maybe dunk it in water and then try to color on it again, you know? Like it's just a matter of like what. But I can't really critique the Olympics either because I'm like, if there's that dude out there like Niger or whoever the fuck it is in whatever country, there's one everywhere, you know. Those guys must like that because I don't know why else you would put so much constraint on your skating or skating in general or even contests. Like you do too many contests, it kind of commercializes your skating to some degree where it's like you get like some of these dudes that are so good, they're just known for like certain tricks, you know, and it's like. I don't know. It's just like you are what you put your time into, and I don't want to train. No. I don't want to train to be a skateboarder and like try to win the Olympics or like a contest. You know, like it's sick to go to contests and like
hang out with the homies and all that stuff.
Some people are good at it, but that's like a whole nother thing, man. That's like sport. That's literally a sport. You know, the whole reason I started skating was because there was less rules. You know, right?
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, that's the reason I started too. Is because it was just. You know, you can be yourself. You can be whoever. You can be that, you know, that total game nerd dude, but you can still skateboard and still kill it. You know what I mean? And nobody's going to look at you differently because you do something different. You know what I mean? You can be yourself, you know? Yeah. And that's why I started skateboarding, you know, because, I mean, I wasn't going to do football and I wasn't doing running. I mean, I tried soccer. It was cool. It was all right. I tried basketball.
You probably pretty good at basketball. You're a big guy. What do you play down defense a little bit, like under the rim?
Good, dude. I might be 43, but I can still run down the court, man.
Oh, shit. Nice.
You know, but I mean, I never made the team because, you know, I just didn't make the team. You know, and,
they were doing piss tests eventually, and you're like, I'm out, bro. Fucking out. No way.
But I mean, I tried sport. I tried other things outside of skateboarding. I just never did it. I just always did skateboarding. You know, I mean, when I was in high school, that's all I did, dude. I had my own little crew, dudes, and we didn't drive. We had our bikes and a backpack and a skateboard, and before we go to school, we go bike around and skate before we go to school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the weekends, we would crash at each other's house and get up at 5 in the morning, go cruise around Pensacola and go skate and film, you know? That's what we did every day because it was fun, you know what I mean? And, like, I think this generation don't understand that, you know what I mean? I think they see, like, now with Nike in here and Adidas is in here and Puma's in here now and, like, you know, all these corporations, and so they're seeing all these people now like, oh, I can make money off of this. I can do this. Where we're skateboarding, we're like, dude, I just want to skate. That'd be awesome if I was professional. Fuck, I would have free boards every day. You know what I mean? Go travel. But I think the generation now, they just don't see it like that, you know?
Well, I'm not against making money with skateboarding, especially if you put it into, if a skateboarder's figuring out a business plan and then able to put that money back into skateboarding and, like, grow for the skateboarding, like, that's amazing, you know? So, like, they should definitely aspire for that, but, like chasing sponsors is a slippery slope, man. I mean, I had sponsors, and I've been through it. I'm, like, 36 now, and I went from Flow to Am to Pro to multiple sponsors, and those sponsors came and went, you know? And those sponsors, I was lucky because they were based around street skating and filming, or at least that's what they were, like, hype. You know, I didn't even have to enter contests with Zoo York or World Industries or any of them. I just did it because it was like a fun thing for me to try out and see if I could do it. But like for me, I can't I can't like box skating up that orderly and turn it into a sport, because like we were already talking about, it's like the opposite reason of why I skateboard, you know. So, but there are people that are into it. That's the thing. As skateboarding opens up, there's gonna be people that are into it, but it's like, it just seems insane to me that's such limited side of skating. Like, because you're gonna have to do contests in skate parks all year round to be training for something that is like Nigel's gonna beat you at. The Nyjah, the next Nyjah or whoever.
Nyjah's a Tom Brady of skateboarding.
How dare you? How dare you? Almost hung up. No way. How dare you? How dare you? They just got 6, bro. They just got 6.
I know. Hey, you know I'm a Steelers fan, man. You know.
Yeah.
You guys tied with us now.
Skateboarders are gonna be like, we got 6 with Nyjah. We got 6 Olympics, 6 Olympic golds. Dude, seems like a prison of hell designed by yourself. No, thank you.
You know it's gonna happen, dude.
I know.
It is.
Yeah, but
It
that's fine, because then it'll create contrast, you know. And people that skate because they love it and it's an expression, and it's like, it's more than just like adding up numbers for the man, you know. Like, it's like it's your whole. It's a vehicle to put your energy into and be creative and artistic with, and it's also like brings you into social and community. It's like a religion in that sense. We were talking about church and stuff. Whenever I go to the park, I'm like, this place is like sacred, whatever. But there's not any rules. It's just like people show up and have to learn to get along, and fucking everyone's there to have a good day, hopefully, and like sweat and like. So skate parks are sick, you know. But once again, when it comes to skateboarding and having to make the team, that seems really fucking stupid to me.
No, I agree with you, and I guarantee you're gonna see more skate dads out there. A lot of skate dads. Once the Olympics hits, there's gonna be so many skate dads out there, dude.
Maybe, man.
they're gonna breed. They're gonna breed them when they're 1 year old. All right, dude, you're gonna start skateboarding.
Yeah.
Get out there. Start pushing them. You know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy. You know, it's not just only skateboarding, surfing too in the Olympics, man. That's what I'm kind of like. That's the weirdest right there.
I don't think it will be that big of an impact though, because if you look at it, like, is snowboarding's in the Olympics, right?
Yeah.
So
snowboarding was a first. The snowboarding.
Is there like that many people lining up for the Olympics in snowboarding, or is there colleges for like? There's a certain degree still, right? Because there's probably just a certain percentage amount of people that want to play that money sports game, you know what I mean, with skateboarding. Like, I can't imagine it's that crazy, you know. The fun thing is, I hope they get kids into skating early, because then they'll actually learn how to balance and like know limits and like get to, you know what I mean, like the beneficial factors of skateboarding. Like, it's funny if they're getting them into them to be the next Emmett Smith, bro. We need a fullback on a skateboard. Throw him in there, bro.
Exactly. They won't know how to snaky at the skate park.
Oh, dude.
That's the worst, man.
I do it all the time, and then I make that noise at everyone. I'm like, as I skate away, dude. I do. If I know him.
If you know him.
Sometimes if I don't know him, and they can get that I'm joking, but.
Sometimes I get butthurt if they don't know you.
Yeah, all I'm saying is to anybody out there listening, like, skateboarding is way more rich than the shallow surface of the Olympics or even just any sport. Like, there's so much depth and complexity in the stories of skateboarders and why they do it and like why they hung on to it, like, because it resonates, it sticks with people from all walks of life. It just becomes their whole consumption of everything. It's insane, man. And they're not athletes. They're just people that, like, love to skate, you know?
Yeah, no, it's true. You know, I mean, like, one thing I love about skateboarding, and I talk to non-skateboarders about this, you know, because, you know, outside the skateboard world, there's so much problems. There's racist, there's this and this and this. And skateboarding, we all get along. You know what I mean? No matter what color you are, who you are, where you're from, you know, how rich you are, how poor you are, whatever, we all get along. You know what I mean? We don't care. You know what I mean? As long as you can push on the board and you're a homie and you're having fun, that's all that matters, you know?
Yeah.
And I was like, and I tell them, I say, you know, that's what I love about skateboarding, is that we all get along, and when we skate and we hang out, we have our own Yes, we have our own communications, and we understand each other, what we're talking about. But when the outside world tries to understand us, they don't get it, you know?
Yeah. Now it's crazy, man. It's because skating, like, usually with me, when I see people that skate a lot, they're usually doing good in life because they're just like, they're taking time to focus on a moment of like of balancing. Because you can stand on a skateboard, there's no handlebars, and you can just stand on it and slip off and fucking break your arm. No matter how old you are, no matter how good you are, you could just like have a bad day, you know? Like, you have to be very in the moment when you skateboard. To even just roll around, you got to kind of pay attention. You crash into people. You got to like be in a moment, you know? And it's like, when I see people skating a lot, they're usually doing pretty good, you know? Even if they're just rolling around and like being mobile and going around. And so it's like, that's kind of the truth of it, you know? Like, that's why we all get along, I think, because you're like, oh yeah, that dude's just rolling too, you know? Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
you think about it, when you're sitting at a restaurant, or you're sitting at a bar, or wherever you're at, all you hear is click, 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 and the first thing you do, you look back. It's like, oh, I always look back and be like, oh, damn, longboarder, shit.
You're in California, bro. You're in California. There are levels. There are levels to it. Like, sometimes you look back and the guy, you're like, oh, he's taking fucking a broken arm, a shinner, like that dude shreds, you know, like he's been through it. And then you look back, sometimes it's some longboarder, like, what the, that dude never fell down in their life. They're just cruising.
or they're pushing Mongo, and you're like, dude, what the fuck, dude? I see it all the time. I'm like, and I see the chicks with the dudes. Oh my god, dude, pushing Longo on longboards and like heels and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck are you wearing?
That's a lot,
dude. I seen it, dude. I seen it on the beach, man. I'm just like, dude, you wearing heels and you're pushing it, dude? What the fuck?
Don't you guys have those fucking motorized scooters out there too that people are whipping around on?
No, those things are annoying, dude. They're so annoying.
Idiocracy.
Dude, Lyft and Uber now does them now. Now they have their own now they do those scooter things.
Jesus. And they're out there. People are out there just whipping around. Probably shouldn't be on that thing half the time.
Dude, I think those are the most... I hate those things, dude. They'll ride them in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And traffic. And they'll be in front of me. I'm like... And I have to slow down because I'm like, dude, I hope I don't... I'm afraid you might fall, dude, because you're hitting all these cracks and you're shaking, dude.
Yeah.
You know, I almost hit a couple of them, dude. They just fly in front of you, dude. Like, you know.
I know we're out there. We're not the Jetsons yet, though, motherfucker. Get out of the road. That ain't a pod.
Dude, I seen a. I don't mean to make fun of people, but
yeah, you do.
I do.
But sometimes you're making fun of
yourself.
yourself.
I saw a 300-pound person.
Oh man.
On a fucking scooter, dude.
Heavy load.
And I'm like, dude, you should not be riding that. And this is my head. I'm thinking, I'm like, you should not be riding this. You should be walking.
Yeah.
Walking, dude.
They might be past that, though. That might be in the past. That might not be an option right now. They might have to roll at first.
I don't know, dude. Like, there's one time, dude, I've seen so many accidents. I was out front of Pacific Drive on Thomas and Mission.
Wait, say that again?
Pacific Drive on Thomas and Mission.
Yeah.
And this dude, we're out there just chilling, and these scooter guys are just hauling ass, and they're wasted. They're like bros, and they're just wasted, hauling across the street, Mission Boulevard. And a couple of them made across, and then one dude just fucking was, I don't know, he was going slow or something, just hit a car, hit the windshield, fell down to the road. His buddies come out, and they drop the scooters up. Oh, don't call the cops. Don't call the ambulance. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. This dude's bleeding and everything, dude. I'm just
He's not fine.
The cop came anyway. Somebody called the cops anyways, dude. And like, I don't know who got the ticket, but I mean, dude, it's gnarly, man. It's insane.
Oh man.
Now the new thing is dudes, like people riding these mini, I don't know what you call them, mini bikes, mini motorbikes. You know what I'm talking about?
I always think about them in the hood though. They're in San Diego, like the little dirt bikes, mini dirt bikes.
Not dirt bikes. They're like
ninja bikes.
I don't know what they are. They're like little bike things, and you just big old fat wheels, and they just ride around in them, and they're like small. They're like motorized small bikes.
Oh, word.
And I see people just tearing up, like doing wheelies in grass and stuff like that. I'm like, dude.
Yeah. Fucking A, dude. Scooters are everywhere. They're fucking adult people jetsoning around the fucking neighborhood on their electric ones, and then you got little kids like just whipping that bar around everywhere in someone's face, and you're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Dude, I see people. Dude, people fuck with them too, man. Like, I'm not calling anybody out, but people fuck with them, dude. Like, skaters out here, they skate them. They do tricks over them, or
oh yeah. The scooters, the electric ones.
Yeah, the electrical ones. They'll like do like grind them, and one kid. There's a video I saw. This kid like bunny hopped down a 10 stair on an electric scooter and fucking blew it. Like,
that's funny, dude. Those things are crazy. I experienced them when I went out to Cali like last year or whatever, and I think it was that long ago.
Yeah, last year. Last year.
Yeah, we went out there, and
yeah,
I went on your show.
Yeah.
And I also met up with Roger Bagley. Shout out. Boo, 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 boo. But when I was going to his house, or to the 9 Club, I guess it'd be, because it's like in his house. And I fucking was walking over these scooters, dude. I'm just like jumping over these things. And I'm like, they're in gutters and shit. And I'm like, I didn't know anything about this because I hadn't really seen them. And then like, I'm like, what is going on, man? And then I saw like, a kid take off on one and almost hit an old lady coming out a door, and she's like pissed, and I'm like, where the fuck am I? You know, like, this is weird, man. Like, people don't even know what they're doing, you know?
No, they don't, dude. Like, dude, it's worse at night when the bars close, and I'll go to my neighbor's house, or I'll walk around with Elwood, and I'll see all these drunk people riding them, dude.
Gnarly.
Dude. The funny part, huh?
Pile up. They're all going to be piled up.
Dude, nah. They'll double team, dude. They'll have like a dude and two dudes riding on the scooter. One guy's holding on to the waist. And you see him flying down, dude. Like,
dude, Dumb and Dumber. You ever seen Dumb and Dumber? The both of them on the fucking little thing?
Yeah. It's just like that. And they're wasted, too, man. And just hear them, dude. Like, and you know, they're not, I don't mind them, but the problem is that they just throw them in yards. Once they get done, they just throw them on a sidewalk. They just throw them in yards and throw them in the middle of the street, and it's just getting nuisance. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's gonna be a lot of trash too. Those things are gonna break down a lot. They're gonna have to get replaced a lot. It's gonna seems just like a nightmare, dude.
There's this old guy that lives out here.
Just learn to skate, learn to balance, do something athletic. If you're young right now, so you don't have to rely on the electric scooter game, bro. Just learn to balance. Like, try to stand on a piece of wooden wheels and like hold your balance for a second. Just do that, and then your life will be way better than electric scooter mode.
Hey, wait till they come out your way, man. Wait till you see those.
I think they are. I think they have them in Providence and shit. I just haven't like really been lurking around there too much. I haven't seen them in the center of the city. You know, I've been lurking around outskirts.
Just wait, man. You're gonna see them, dude. You're gonna be like, damn, Tommie was right about these things, dude.
Fucking epidemic, bro. You go in the park and you got all the kids doing their little whippies on their scooter, and you're like, Jesus Christ. You see them drop off at like 16 because the facial hair comes in, and they're just like trying to get laid, and they just try, and they're like, they can't be the champion. That would be a perfect thing for the Olympics, would be scootering, because you put them in like some tunnels and like shoot them out of stuff, dude, and twist and whip them.
It's going to happen, man. Watch.
I hope so. If anyone goes to the Olympics, I hope it's the scooters. I hope they get in there. It's perfect for all of them. They could all train for the Olympics.
Let me ask you one thing. How in the hell are they going to do drugs? Half of these people are going to have to do drugs if they're going to skate the Olympics. Yeah. You know, half of the skaters are going to probably skate. They love smoking that weed, and you know, the Olympics is not going to allow to have it. You know,
is there going to be a doping scandal, Tommie? Naja, I think there already is, dude. If Kevin was here, I'd have him look it up, but I think there's already shit popping up out there.
Really?
I swear to God, I saw something the other day, and I might be making it up. Hold on, I'll pop it up. I got it right here.
All right.
Let's do skateboarding, Olympics, controversy, I guess. Troubles. There was like, I saw like two pictures of someone. Oh yeah, there's an article about one smoking weed already. Rebel
really?
An Olympic cause. Hold on. Anti-sport. Oh man, it's all too much, man.
Yeah, I don't know how they're gonna do that shit, but like, it's too much. It's too much. Skateboarding can be way simple, and that's the beauty of it. So the Olympics is way too much, bro. Think about football. It's like you might still, dude. If there was, think about basketball. It's like people still play basketball, and they don't have to go to the Olympics, and they still like basketball. And football's a little harder because you need a whole team. It's kind of hard to go play football by yourself. You can go shoot hoops by yourself. You know what I mean? That's the thing I liked about skating was it wasn't like all that bullshit. It was more just like you could go and develop, or you could just relax and like just hang out with people, you know? Like a lot of it was just a lot of skateboarding for me is just a lot of the times that matter is like if I'm having a hard day and I go to the skate park and like I get to watch other people shredding. Like that's sick, you know? It's like I don't even skate, but I still get to go watch someone else skate and I can just sit there and people are cool, say hi, like, you know what I mean? It's not like there's any expectations. I can just breathe, and that's like one of the best things about skateboarding. Like, I don't know if you'd want like maybe when you're young, you might want all these constraints and restrictions, or they think it's like maybe they think like, oh, if I just have the winning formula or whatever. I don't know. Skateboarding is worth more than all the bullshit. So, to me, anyway.
I agree with you, man. And it's just, you know, like when I started skateboarding and when I skated, you know, like I wasn't. You know, I mean, you know, there's always like little cliques of who's good, who's, you know, what crew you can hang out with and all that. Me, when I started skateboarding, I wasn't part of any of that. I would go skate by myself, and I loved it, dude, because it was, you know, I taught myself how to skateboard. You know what I mean? Like, I watched videos and look at magazines like 6-7 times and have my board and in my room and, you know, a blank on the floor, and I'll just practice tricks on that way. You know what I mean? But I always taught myself how to skateboard. You know, I taught myself how to do tricks and this and that, and I loved it. You know what I mean? And I think I don't know where I'm going with this, but
I like it.
It's cool.
No, I agree, dude. I would like skateboarding. That's one of the best things about skateboarding is like I teach a lot of skateboard lessons. But, like, it's hard to teach someone how to skateboard, you know, because the best thing about skateboarding is that you got to kind of figure it out, you know, because everyone has their own style and their own approach. Like, when I teach skateboard lesson, all I try to do is get them to be autonomous so they have a good push, and then they can balance, you know, when we're on the mini ramp or, like, going up and down banks. I try to get them autonomous so they're on their own, and then I just have a skate buddy, you know. Like, I do a lot of lessons with, like, young kids nowadays because they're just all coming through, but half the time, dude, my lessons are just hanging out with them, getting them able to balance, and just seeing how their day's going and figure out what they need. Like, sometimes they need someone to challenge them. Sometimes they need to relax, you know? And same with me. It's like a balancing act, you know? But yeah, dude, it's crazy. Skateboarding is amazing. It's literally the best thing because it helps you balance. It's like you're not just sitting around. You're fucking you're doing something active, you know what I mean? You gotta pay attention. That's the cool thing about I think about how long I've been skating, like more than half my life. And like,
how long have you been skating?
36, started when I was 13. I want to say 23, 24 years.
So I've been doing it since I started in 1984.
Ah. Yeah, I was 2.
And I'm 43.
Wow, I was 2 years old, bro. There's a little twinkle just coming out, bro.
I know, dude. They're like just popping.
That's sick.
But no, I think what I was trying to say is to me, like when I skateboard, it was like what you just said about basketball, where you can go shoot hoops by yourself. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you can learn how to do slams by yourself. That's what I look at skateboarding like. To me, it's like. Now, I won't say it's like basketball, but it is like basketball. You go out there and you skate by yourself. You know what I mean? Like I would learn before I learned how to do backside flips or any of that stuff. I always learned how to do the basics, and I was like, all right, dude. I would pile up wood to see how far I can ollie or how high I can ollie. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I learned the basics before I jumped up to do anything else. You know what I mean? And once I get the basics down, then I go, okay. But I will tell you, I never, ever, one time, I only landed a kickflip in my whole entire life.
Really?
Whole entire life, dude. A kickflip and a fakie flip. I'm more hill flips, dude. I do more hill flips than anything.
I can see that. You look like a heel flipper.
Oh, because I got the beard and shit, dude?
I don't know. I'm not identifying you.
No,
But that's honest truth. Like hill flips, were easy for me. I don't know what it was, but kick flips I can never do. Like tray flips, never can do it.
Yeah.
But hill flips, I can do them like nothing.
Run them all day. Those are heel flips on lock.
Yeah, I mean hill flip 50-50s and all that shit. It just fucking just do it.
Yeah. Well, so let's.
But I mean, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah. So I kind of want to work towards today, man. Because like, what are you up to nowadays?
What I do now, what I do is I just live on the beach and enjoy beautiful women running around and drink margaritas.
That sounds amazing.
But what I really do is me and my partner Carl Carpentier, we started a online skateboard magazine called True Sk8board Mag.
Hell yeah.
8 years ago, and how we started it is that Carl will go shoot photos of like unknown skaters that are now pro, like Chris Johnson, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And he would send them to like Thrasher, Transworld, his homies that those magazines and stuff. And they'll always turn them down. They're like, no, we want people who are popular. And Carl would be like, dude, these kids are coming up. And now Johnson's like one of the best skateboarders out there,
Yeah.
And everything. So when Carl talked about it, and I was like, fuck it, dude. Why don't we just start our own shit, dude? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. I was like, yeah, like, what's this? He wanted to do paper. And I was like, nah. Paper is going to die, dude. Like, it's this is like 8 years ago, I was like, paper is not going to last long. It's going to be a dying thing soon. And plus also too, it's more money to run a paper magazine. You know what I mean? You got to like ads and this and this and this. I said, let's just do it online. I was like, Slap just left paper and started doing strictly online. And then I was like, there's really, Thrasher and Transworld are not that big on online, but they're more focused on their magazine than online. I mean, they had it, but it weren't as focused they are now.
Well, it's just like what year did you start this? You guys come up with this idea?
8 years ago. So that would have been 2010.
So it's kind of just everything's transitioning to like online content.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So we were kind of like, I don't want to say we're the second, but we're kind of like, did it right after Slap. You know what I mean? And like, so yeah, we had this guy that works for the military, and he was like, I'll build a website for you. And I was like, cool. All right. So he built the website, and then 2 weeks later, he's like, hey, I can't run the website anymore. Here's everything you got to learn on your own. I mean, I'm a high school diploma. I didn't go to college for this stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know how to
figure it out, bro.
Yeah, I mean, 8 years later, still doing it, dude.
That's awesome.
Still learning, but I mean, and so we grew up from that. You know what I mean? Like, people, the industry would, come to me at Tampa or contests or events and be like, oh yeah, you're a blog, yeah, we have you on our favorites. To me, that made me feel good by them saying that they have me on their favorites, because that shows me that they're watching me and seeing what we're doing and keep an eye on us, and I liked it, and so we kept it going, and we had different, interns and photographers and stuff. And the whole idea of it is we're not trying to be like Thrasher, Transworld, Low Card, any of those magazines, we're different. We're our own. We want to help out like upcoming skateboarders or pros that like, who are coming up, or who the industry doesn't really help focus on anymore. You know what I mean? But they're still killing it, and they're still skateboarding. They're still doing their thing. We want to help promote them. You know what I mean?
It's rad that there's like surplus of people that are into it, that it could demand another curator. Yeah.
It's
cool.
And like help out like upcoming filmers and give upcoming filmers a chance to like, hey, promote your stuff. You know what I mean? And photographers and stuff. So that's the whole background of True Sk8board Mag is just that. We're not trying to be like anybody else. We're our own.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. And and the funny thing is that I'm not saying any names or anything, but a lot of companies or people that started up things, used to email me all the time, say, hey, can you promote us? Can you promote us? Can you promote us? You know what I mean? And I'm like, yeah, sure. I have no problem promoting you. And then I promote them. And then I'll be like, hey, you're not promoting me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, but it's cool because some of those companies and some of the pros, that hit me up, that start companies, they're like, hey, now I see them growing, and I'm like, it made me feel good because I'm like, you know what, I was there for them when they first started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when they first started, and I think the most memorable thing that I remember is when we started. I don't know how long months ago, but it was like, I'm gonna say like 2-3 months while True Skateboard Mag started. I got an email from Jim Tebow.
Hell yeah.
And the email was pretty awesome. I mean, basically saying like, hey, I love what you guys are doing. Keep it up. You need any support, need anything, let me know. I can help support you. And I was like, dude, how's this guy know us? You know what I mean? We're up for three months, dude. How's this guy know us? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's wild.
but see, that's something that I'm always gonna remember because that inspired me, because it's like, dude, like coming from Jim Tebow saying that and sending me an email about it, his thoughts and stuff. It was like pretty awesome,
Yeah, Jim's definitely legendary, so that's epic.
Yeah, so I mean,
he's legendary
it's cool.
because of things like that,
Yeah, I mean,
it's like just... I love examples of people that are have built skateboarding into their lives. Like they've found a way to hang on to that thing that's theirs, but everybody else's too at the same time.
Yeah,
their own little niche.
I mean, even when I was growing up, I mean, I always told myself, I was like, look, if I, we all had that dream to be that pro skater. You know what I mean? We always want to be a pro skater. I mean, I used to talk to Mirko Magnum when
shout out
Mirko.
What up, Mirko?
And he used to, I used to talk to him and send him sponsor videos when he was a sales rep, and he would send me boards. You know what I mean? Like I grew a relationship with him. I would talk on the phone, hey, and like send him a sponsor tape, and then like a month later he'll send me a board or something. Just every month I'll get a board, maybe a T-shirt, and I'll be still stoked, like fuck yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Mirko has a way of doing that, keeping the stokes, the flames stoked.
Yeah, I mean, and so I mean, that was my first time ever being like, I guess Mirko flow. I guess you could call it, you know what I mean?
That's hilarious.
and so like, that inspired me to keep on skateboarding, because living in Pensacola is so hard to stick to something like that. You know what I mean? Because there's the diversity and so much going on. But I believed in it. And so my whole thing I'm coming to is like, I always told myself, either I'm going to be a pro skater, or if I don't become a pro skater, either I'm going to work for his company or own a company or do something skateboarding, because that's what I live. That's in my blood, and that's what I love to do. You know what I mean? Like, and so for me to, I work for, skateboard companies, sales reps for like Alphanumeric, Monkey Skateboards, stuff like that. I worked for all, Xavier before Nike pulled the plug on that.
I remember Xavier. Didn't Tim O'Connor have a shoe?
Yeah, Tim O'Connor had a shoe. Yeah, who else had a shoe? Brian Anderson had a shoe.
Wow, BA, I forgot.
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, I was a rep for that. And Elwood Clothes, I was a rep for that, too.
One of my favorite brands, because my father's name was Elwood.
And my dog's name is Elwood.
Mine, too, bro. Mine, too.
Yeah, exactly.
Sick.
But, so the story of that is, like, I always stuck with skateboarding. You know what I mean? And so now, like, True Skateboard Mag, and the reason I call it True is because we all said true. That's true. It's very catchy. True.
Yeah.
And we just wanted to, make the name True Skateboard Mag because we wanted it to be a true skateboard mag, like for the skaters, by skaters. This is we're not going to sell out, or we're always going to be who we are. You know what I mean? We're always going to support the ones that want to be supported and help out those people. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so I mean that was basically my dream, like I'm always gonna stick to skateboarding no matter what, and yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
That's awesome, man. That's so awesome. Yeah, that's I totally understand, man. I like
focus on running a skateboard company and like trying to build skateboarding and doing skateboard events and skateboard lessons. Like any way I can like help skateboarding, I try to get my hands on it, you know? So it's funny.
Yeah.
You kind of find each other out there, dude. I've seen it run into you a bunch, man. I even went out there and did the show. You had explain that show. Are you still doing that every like all those episodes?
Yeah, we finished season 1 and
okay,
January.
The season 1's up. Yeah, that's what it was. I saw an email recently. Yeah. Nice.
I sorry if anybody that watches this, I blast so much emails. I apologize on that.
Dude, if it's out there, you see it, man.
Exactly. Well, no, it's called True Sk8board Mag live show. It's basically it's a Jimmy Fallon the night show, David Letterman version of skateboarding. You know,
that's a good description.
That's easy, huh?
Yeah, that was a good description.
That's basically it, you know what I mean? Or Saturday Night Live, you know what I mean? Like, you know, we don't have skits or anything like that, but it's basically, you know, we do industry talk, we do interview, we do future skaters, the upcoming skaters. We do live music, so basically it's all, you know, it's all about skateboarding. You know, we play skate videos on there and everything, and it goes on E360 TV. That's a streaming network on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, and Apple TV. And pretty soon they're working on making an E360 TV mobile app so you can watch it on that.
Wow.
And cool. so that's my show. So I produce and host it. And then Carl has his own show called Roast Beef, where he takes skaters to their favorite restaurant they like to eat before or after they skate.
Nice. That sounds fun.
And I was doing that one, but then Carl this
Gained too much weight?
was like, oh yeah, dude. He's like, dude, you're the face. You're face of everything right now. He's like, you need to be just the face of the magazine and the live show, and I'm gonna start being the host. So he's gonna start being the host for Roast Beef. So I'm kind of excited to see how he does. You know.
That's cool. Yeah. When I came out, we went to what was the bar?
Good bar.
Red Bar.
Good bar in Long Beach.
That was sick. Tommy was out there. Tommy Sandoval. That was a fun day, man.
Did you see his thing on Nine Club? That was so funny.
Yeah, I haven't listened to it yet, but I seen that he was on there.
I think, in my opinion, that was the best Nine Club one, dude.
He's the man. He was so fun to talk to at the Red Bar right there. I thought he was awesome. I did like an impromptu podcast with him at a pool table. It was nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, right before the show, bro. Then I went on your show. That was super fun.
You should get him on your shows, man.
I know. I said that then, and he was totally down because we kind of did like a podcast, and then I just haven't followed up. I got to follow up. But that's sick. I'll have to listen to his Nine Club. He's like he's like an example of someone that is he's an interesting character in skateboarding. He probably won't be in the Olympics.
No, he won't be in the Olympics, dude. Tommy will have his blunt in his hand and micheladas, drinking.
So
but
fun.
no, you definitely got to watch him. I want to say T-Gun's interview on Nine Club was the best one they ever did, dude. It was just funny because T-Gun was like, basically, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna talk what I'm gonna talk, and say what I'm gonna say. You know.
Nice.
It was definitely a good one, dude. Definitely good. But awesome. Yeah, that's the show, and you know, and we're not trying to be like anybody else. We're not trying to copy anybody or do anything. We're, like I said before, we're doing our own stuff. You know, and like we want to try to like inspire other people to do you know, be more creative on their own stuff. You know what I mean? Like, because you and me both know this industry is a copycat industry, and everybody copies everybody. You know.
They're all gonna be wearing uniforms pretty soon, dude.
Yeah, and walking around with suitcases.
No, Olympic ones too.
Yep.
Sometimes, you know.
Yeah, I know, dude. I know. But yeah, so that's what we do. So it's a live show. So we finished season 1. Season 1's up on E360 TV. You can watch from 1 to 11. The last one was called Mixtape Volume 1. And it's basically, we put everything all together.
Nice.
And it has music, has interviews, has skateboarding, has everything all in it. And we just premiered a week ago, I think it was a week ago, season 2, episode 1. We had Mike York on there. Dude, you gotta get him on the show.
He came on. Mike came on.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. I'll have to go back. Dude, that's crazy.
I have to go back and look at that one, dude.
Yeah, Mike's the man, dude.
He was hilarious. We have Vincent from POW on there with DeVell.
Yeah.
DeVell was on it too.
He's the man. Shout out. He's came on.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Man, I have to go back to some, dude.
Yeah. I used to skate with him in Fibro days.
Oh, really?
Shoot photos.
Hell yeah.
All day.
And
Yeah,
then,
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, how's it been like? How long have you been doing the show? How many years?
This is our second year.
Second year. How's it been like keeping it together, like with it being so loose? Like, you've really kind of had to like, have you found a rhythm with creating content or getting content and like the layout and the structure and like?
Oh wow,
it's weird because it's like you're learning how to do it. You're just like, all right, let's make this thing, and then like I like the idea of not just kind of figuring it out as you go. Like that seems fun.
Well, see, that's what we did for the first season. First season, it was kind of like we played around with it. You know what I mean? We didn't know what the hell to do. You know, when the E360 TV said, "Hey, we're going live in 2 weeks. You guys got your show ready?" Me and Carl were like, Carl wasn't ready for his show, and then you know, me come up. I this idea of the live show just popped in my head like 2 days after they said that, and I was like, Carl, let's do this. And then Carl wanted to do like green screen, like all this like expensive stuff, and I was like, nah, dude, let's just do it ghetto style. Let's just run with it. What it looks like, you know. So if people go out there and watch season 1. Or episode 1, it's a whole different thing. It took us we started at 1 and we didn't get done till 10 o'clock at night because we didn't know what the hell we're doing.
Nice.
We would take breaks. So to your question is, so season 1 was like more of a test. So we can try out and see what did work, what didn't work. You know what I mean? And like, you know, I don't want to say it's more still loosely, but a little structure to it. So now we're already booked for season 2 all the way up to episode 11.
Right.
So we have like everybody booked, places booked, everything booked already. So I did it a whole differently this time. And the editing, Tyler Stewart, who does the editing, filming, his name's all over at the end of the videos. And we tease him about that. And
these hours of his life, and it's at the end.
Oh yeah, dude. He does. It's like production Tommie Zam, and then it'll be like lights and sound guy Tyler, and then Tyler this, Tyler that. And I'm like, all right, Tyler, you just whatever.
Nice.
But we love him, dude. We love him. We call him Harry Potter with his glasses, but you know he's cool. And then, but Tyler, he took over the editing because Carl was doing the editing, and he did good, but not as good. You know what I mean? And so Tyler took over, and he learned how to do it better and better. And I think season 2, episode 1, actually, I would say episode 11, season 1, when was Steve Caballero, Tyrone Olsen, DJ Martin,
wow.
and Callie Cautious. And there was somebody else on there too. I can't remember. That episode, that started season 2, episode 1, and future are going to be like it's a lot cleaner. It's a lot edited tight together. And one thing about the show is what you say on the show, we do not edit anything out. What you say, act, and do. You're smoking blunts or drinking micheladas or whatever, it's not getting edited out.
Yeah.
It's staying in. And the only thing that we edit in there is the skate videos, and that's it. You know, everybody's skate videos, because we do news and events, and then we put the music in there, and that's it, really. You know, we don't edit anything.
That's rad. I like that. Because everyone's trying to cut it up too much sometimes. It's too crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I like long format stuff.
But one thing we did notice is you know, all season 1, a lot of the episodes were a lot longer, very long. Some were like almost 2 hours.
Wow, sick.
So what we're doing now is we took out shop talk. That was like, because it's hard to get skate shots involved, because a lot of them, you know, I don't want to get all California, but it's so hard just to get them on the show, you know, because they don't want to leave their shop, and it's totally understandable. So we kind of I squeezed that one out to make it a little more shorter, not shorter, but still like a little over an hour.
Yeah.
But also too, if I wanted, like this episode that we're dropping on this Sunday, we got Chris Pierre, who just turned pro for Fortune Skateboards Manning Company, on there.
Hell yeah.
We got Ron Allen on there. He's
Oh,
performing.
legend. Yeah, Ron.
Dude. I'm hyped on it. So we got Ron Allen performing,
Dude.
and he's going to interview, so we can squeeze that extra interview in there if we can. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's way sick. Dude, you're going to get Ron Allen performing?
Yes, dude.
He loves music. If you want to check out music, check out Ron Allen. He loves music. He was telling me all about that.
Yeah, guys, check him out. You guys, check him out on Spotify. He has his just dropped a new album on Spotify.
Hell yeah. That's epic.
But yeah,
man.
so season 2 is gonna be pretty epic because I talked to Schaefer and Zitzer, and they're cool with us coming to Tampa Pro. So we're gonna be at Tampa Pro filming episode 3 at Tampa Pro.
Rad. Sick,
So me, Carl, and Tyler are taking off for that. So I'm pretty hyped on that. And all the other guests, I can't really give that out. It's still secret.
Nice. That's all right.
But it's gonna be epic. I'm gonna say episode 4 is gonna be pretty insane, dude. You know, it's gonna be a good one.
That's rad, dude. It's so cool, man. I'm glad that you've been able to figure out a way to like keep skateboarding in your life, stay around skateboarding, and it sounds like it's gonna bring you a lot of fucking epic places with awesome humans, and
Yeah.
it's so cool, man. It's like yeah, we need people that are doing cool stuff in skateboarding, and there's never enough of that, you know?
No. I mean, there's a lot of things coming out. You know, you got Jordan Maxim and Sierra. Their thing I dabbled coming out too.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
I mean,
I saw that.
So there's a lot of cool things that are coming out, and so I mean, you know, like I said before, it's just that's what it's about now. It's about being creative with ideas and not copying what other people are doing. You know what I mean? It's about being creative and doing something different and bringing something different to skateboarding, you know, because as soon as Olympics come, man, that's going to change.
Yeah.
I just got a feeling Olympics is going to change skateboarding. I don't know to a good, but to a bad. You know what I mean?
I think more people will just fall in love with skateboarding because of like the simple act of it. And I think every 4 years it'll just kind of be like the fly on the wall. It's like every 4 years it's going to be annoying. People are going to be talking about skateboarding. But then the rest of the 4 years when there's not the Olympics, people are still going to want to do cool shit in skateboarding and network and build culture and like live it in different ways and not be training. But maybe there'll be a certain portion of kids that want to be football players that skateboard or basketball, but they have that same tendency. But I can't imagine. We should look up snowboard and see what the percentage of like people that do it for just passion or like it's their own version of a job with it or whatever compared to people that are in the Olympics, you know, or training for sport or going to school for it or something. Weird, dude.
No, definitely. No, I agree with you. I mean, it's going to be interesting. I mean, how everything's going to be and like how's all the format and stuff. So it's going to be cool to check out. You know what I mean?
It'll be fun to make fun of. It'll be fun
to
make
make
fun of.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So I'm still down to do this, dude. I want to do a donut eating contest with you and Daewon, man. When are we going to do this?
Dude, I'm right. I already talked about it on the last episode, but I'm doing like this like Whole30 thing right now for 30 days where I don't eat like processed sugar and foods like that.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
I'm just trying different shit. Like that time, the hype with the donuts, I tried not to do it, and I held out the whole time. I was like trying to like eliminate it. Dude, I fucking love donuts, bro. I love donuts, but I don't think I could eat like. Although I have eaten a lot of donuts, I will not lie. I'll sit down and if you let me eat 5 donuts, I might eat 5 donuts.
Hey, you're like me with burritos, man. I gotta eat my California burritos. I don't eat 5 California burritos. I eat 1, and I'm like, dude, I'm done. I can't eat this anymore, man. Now, my new thing, what I'm doing right now is I'm trying to out here. I mean, out in California or Southern California, whatever. Everybody's all dieting and working out and stuff. My thing is, I eat bananas. I drink OJ milk and drink water, and that's it. That's my diet.
Nice.
That's it, dude.
It's a very restrictive diet.
It is, dude. And then go to skateboard. That's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I do once in a while. If I do, I'll get a meal. or something, and I'll just eat it, and that'll be my meal for the whole day. You know what I mean? Like, I'll eat a banana in the morning, I'll drink some milk at night, or OJ, and I'll drink water all day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just kind of, you know, I noticed lately I had a gut, so it's too many California burritos I've been eating.
They're so good, though. I love burritos. That's something I've been missing this whole, like, it's only been like 2 weeks. I'm not planning on, I'm not planning on staying with it. I think the idea of this diet, I don't really know much about it, but I'm guessing I'm doing it right, is that for a month, you just get rid of all the processed stuff, and you can't have, like, you can have sugars from, like, fruits, and, you know, you're supposed to eat vegetables, fruits, and meat. So you can't have, like, grains, you can't have bread, you can't. So if you can do that for 30 days, supposedly, then you can start introducing stuff back in. Like, then you can try some bread, and you can see how you react. Because 30 days of without it, it's like, then you can kind of decide and figure out. So I figure I'll do that. I'll try 30 days, see how I feel, if I feel any difference, and then I definitely want a donut. You know, like I've been thinking about donuts.
What's your favorite donut, dude?
Oh, dude, I have a few. I think I was talking about this last show, but Boston creams are amazing. I'll even take a coffee roll and ask them to put frosting on it. Just fuck that thing up. Like,
no, you know what you should do? What we used to do, because we used to go to Krispy Kreme late night.
Yeah.
After we go skate or shoot pool. And then we'd go in there, and then all the holy Christians would come in all tweaking out like they just got praised by God and stuff.
Give me a donut.
Oh, dude, they're crazy, dude. They're they're crazy people. Not holy Christians, but they're like Southern Baptist people. They're the worst. They're the ones that they believe in. One guy has the holy thing, and they put the hand on his head, and
too much for me already. It's like the Olympics. I'm out.
We used to see them coming in Krispy Kreme all twitching and stuff. But the thing I was saying is, what you should do is get hot chocolate and have them put the icing in your hot chocolate.
Ooh.
So good, dude. It's bomb, dude.
You got a little fatty in you too, man.
Dude, I got the sweet tooth, man.
Dude, the best is if you take chocolate cake with vanilla frosting, and you pour milk on it and then mush it all up and eat it like a porridge. It's so good.
Ooh, I have to try that out, man.
You should go tonight after this podcast. You should find a store, get a good slice of cake though. Don't sell yourself short, and get that whole milk on that motherfucker. I haven't done that.
I'm about the whole milk, man.
What's that?
I'm about the whole milk. I'm about the whole milk, man. I don't do that 1% shit, dude.
I feel like me and you are like that. Kindred spirits. Whole milk. That's your animal.
I'm all about the whole milk, man.
That's your spirit animal.
hey, I tried that 1% shit before, man. I was like, dude, this shit sucks. Dude. And then I tried that almond milk stuff. I'm like, dude, it's good, it's sweet, it's nice, but I need that whole milk, man. I don't care, dude.
I mean, straight from the udder, dude. Like,
exactly.
My girl's always giving me like this stuff that's supposed to be better for me, but I'm like, look, I understand it's supposed to be better for me and all that, but it doesn't make it taste as good as the artificial shit designed for my taste buds to fall in love and be addicted to. So, like, I know it's good for me, but don't try to sell it to me, because you can't. It's not as good. Like, some of the stuff, I'm like, I'd just rather have the real thing. Give me a donut, you know?
I will tell you this one thing I do is I do activated charcoal or charcoal pills.
Oh, okay. I've heard of this. Roughly.
Yeah, dude. That shit works, man.
What's it for exactly? I've heard people do this.
I did, like, they did charcoal acai bowls. Okay. And out here in California, you know how they all fucking health freaks out here, so they got all this weird shit.
They live on the edge of the earth where it's falling in, and they're like, we need to be healthier, not moving.
Exactly, dude.
There's fires everywhere.
Dude, you see people out here fucking, all they do is, like, their selfies will be putting pictures of them working out, like, fucking, and then you go see them at bars downing beer and drinking a fucking burrito, and then all of a sudden they're back out working at the gym again, and they're skinny as fuck, and you're like, dude, what the fuck, man? But anyway, so the charcoal, what that is 2 coconuts, shells that they're burnt, and so that's where they get the charcoal from.
Oh, okay.
And so what it does, it's a digestive thing for your system. So it doesn't work for hangovers, but what it does, it cleans out your system. So all the fatty and all the shit that you eat, dude, you'd be shitting your ass off, dude.
Nice.
Trust me.
I could use a good shitting.
Dude, trust me, dude. When I'm in bed and Elle was in bed, like, dude, I'm ripping, dude.
Nice. Poor Elwood. Just covered in the sheets, getting dusted down there.
Oh, dude, he roasts me too, man. I'll be dead asleep. I'm like, fuck, man. Damn, dude. I cover his ass with a blanket. Like, dude.
He's a Great Dane, right?
He's an English Mastiff.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's big, right? He's really big.
Yeah, he's a character, dude. That dog can talk, man. He'll tell you some crazy stories we've been on. Yeah. Crazy stories.
Yeah, so you did it. What do? You take it and then you just cleans your system out, basically?
Yeah, it's little pills you can buy at CVS or any nature store, and you just take them at night or after you eat. You're supposed to take it after you eat something, like meat or whatever, and you just take it, and what it does is just flushes out your system. It flushes all the garbage and stuff in your stomach.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
And so that's the one thing I do. I mean, that's the only healthy thing I do, basically, is that, you know, because I eat a lot of shit.
I get it, bro. I get it. I've been trying to be better, like a little better. My girl's like super into like eating better and trying to do good stuff for her body and like put all that stuff in. And like, I'm always the dude who's like, I skate so much. I'm so active. I just want those little dopamine hits of sugar and stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And I have, like, it's easy to build up bad habits and just, like, consume stuff all the time. And, like, what you consume becomes you, you know? Like, you become it. So it's... But I stopped drinking whole milk. Like, I wouldn't buy it at the grocery store. But I'll drink it, like, if I'm out and someone offers me some, I'll have it. And then, like, the sugar one was just crazy. I was snacking so much, like... Sometimes you get carried away with donuts, and Reese's Pieces and Reese's in general are fucking amazing. So good.
Yeah.
And it's just not good, you know, in that quantity. But, oh yeah, I stopped buying bread at the grocery store, but I'd go out, and if I ate out, I could get bread, you know, like little compromises where I, like, could try to figure it out, you know. I still don't know what's good and what's bad for me because I'm so active, and, like, with skating, I sweat a lot, and, like, but I imagine if you can find what your body wants and craves and it's good for it, then maybe you can like be more optimal and focus. Like I noticed with this 2 weeks, I have a little more clarity, and I feel like I'm trying to get better at a sleep schedule, which is hard to do, but I like being up late.
Dude, I do too, man. I think last night I didn't go to bed till like 3 in the morning. Then I woke up at 5 in the morning and started my day again. So I only need like 2 hours of sleep, and I'm like ready to go. Like there's times I like me and Elwood on a Sunday, sometimes I'll get up at 6, we'll walk down to the beach, we'll go to Woody's, go get our we'll get breakfast and coffee, sit there on their little patio and watch the girls ride up and down on their rollerblades and running and watch people surf. And then about 10 o'clock, we'll go to Baja Cafe, grab 3 or 4 margaritas, sit there and drink.
Nice. This is Sunday?
And then this is Sunday.
Nice.
And then we go to the open bar that's next to the skate shop, and they have $6 pitchers of I think it's $5 pitchers of Bud Light and a couple other beers, and then $6 pitchers of rum and whatever you want, like rum and Coke, rum and OJ. So I'm sitting there having already pitchers, and it's already like midnight already, dude. I'm like, fuck, dude.
Yeah.
So I'm already up from 6 to midnight, and I'm like, I'm already out. and he's a road dog, so he rolls with me no matter what.
He's the man. Hell yeah.
But yeah, that's my sleep time. I'm the same way too. Like I can stay up. I can wake up super early in the morning, and then I can stay up all night until like 3, 4 in the morning, and then I'll crash out, and I'll do the same thing the next day. You know?
Yeah. I've been trying to get up early. That's been something I've been working on. I've been waking up earlier than I normally do. Just trying to like wake up and be awake longer, because I feel like I can do more if I'm awake longer. You know, like. But if I can like space it out, I think part of the schedule part, trying to find a schedule so I can figure out how many hours I can like do cool stuff productively. You know, like.
Yeah.
I'm a workhorse. That's why, like, I'm sure you are too. Like, I see the amount of stuff you put out and work on, and like things you're doing, and like, it's like trying to you got to figure out exactly how many hours you can be productive and do cool shit. You know, like without crashing and burning. That's like the thing that like sucks. You know, definitely done that in the past, but like as I get older, I'm 36 now, so like I'm trying to balance this like energy I have and focus it on things that. You know, things that matter to you. So, like, trying to figure that one out, you know? Because naturally, I'm just like, I'll just keep going. Like, if people don't cut you off, you're, like, get lost in cool things, right? There's, like, I'm constantly stimulated with, like,
life, you know, like
Yeah.
there's so much shit to be doing, right?
Yeah. There is, dude. I mean, you're a business owner, so I mean, you got to think about like, okay, I got this board, I got this season coming up. Whose video we're gonna drop? You know what I mean? You have so much to think about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's shit that we're working on though. That's what makes me excited. That's what I'm saying. Like my problem is I gotta like rest. I just gotta take a day off so I can like. Because I could just keep going. Sometimes you just get carried away because it's all so fun or something that you want to see come into reality or focus on or like. So it's just like I'll take like so many skate lessons I can't even like handle them. I'm like I try to balance it all because I'm like it's all worth doing, you know. Like,
what's the most kids you done in one day?
Well, so I do like one-on-one lessons. So it's like a 1 hour one-on-one lesson. Like usually on the weekends I'll do like 3-4 on a Saturday and on a Sunday.
Dude, that's a lot of kids, dude.
Oh, I thought you weren't going to be impressed.
That's a lot of kids.
But
dude.
I don't really do group lessons because group lessons.
Oh, you don't do group? Okay.
No, because it's too much. It's like too many variables. I like to get someone who wants to actually skate and like they're like beginners, so they really want to learn how to balance and they like I can just kind of point them and be like, try this, try that, and then like you can see them figuring things out and like. I want someone who wants to try to figure something out, you know, or do something or like learn something. Like, luckily, there's a lot of kids are so engaged now with skateboarding because for whatever reason, it's like they see it and it's cool to me, you know. So, but I do those like usually Saturday, Sunday mornings. I'll do a lot of those. I'll even go street skate afterwards because I'm already awake, you know. And then I'll go get beat up and bloody, and then I like got more work after that. It's like weird trying to balance it out, man. But I made it. I found a balance, you know. And we're working on our next video. It's coming out probably like spring, summertime. All I need good eyes coming, my people. Choo choo choo. I'm
ready to see some Timmy Canoe stuff, man.
Dude, you're gonna see a full fucking part, my dude.
Hey, I posted your China footage, dude. That was sick, dude. I watched it, dude.
Dude, thank you, man. I appreciate that. That was like throwback footage. I've been waking up early, trying to get up like 7 o'clock and just work on my YouTube channel because it's fun to like go through all my hard drives and like put all these memories online where it's just like it's cool to see it. And they collect pennies on YouTube, which is sick. So it's like something that's on my hard drive that like I wasn't really using, and then I just put it on there and engage with it. It's kind of cool. So it's like. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm trying to wake up and find a stretch of time where I can be productive and like get things done and like do a little bit of everything. Because I still love skating too. Like, all this work stuff could take you away from skating, but that's like when you fucking end up working for the Olympics, you know?
Hey,
Is that fucked up? Is that fucked up?
They might call you actually be a judge, man.
I do it. It's only every 4 years. It wouldn't even fill up my time. Like, all I gotta do, I'll come talk. I'll fucking make fun of it. As long as I can make fun of it, I'm game. Let's go.
Hey, well, we should do this.
They wouldn't like me to make fun of it, Tommy. That's the problem. I'm too funny.
No. This is what we'll do. We'll try to do a plan up. And we'll do the live show at the Olympics, and you'll be my co-host, and we go in there and just talk shit.
Oh man, I'm game. Well, we'll do it in a funny way. I'll definitely announce it, and we should definitely announce it like a sports game. You know, like I make fun of basketball players all the time and football players. I don't even know them. You know what I mean? I just make fun of the idea and the situation and the players. It's too structured to like not tell stories with in a funny way. Like I hope they have someone with humor that can announce the Olympics, because that would suck if they didn't.
Dude, you're gonna have Tony Romo announcing the Olympics or calling.
No, it'd be Nyjah. That's Nyjah's retirement plan is ESPN skateboarding broadcaster, and then he can like announce the structure of how that works. You know.
That'd be hilarious, dude.
It'd be hilarious. That's what I'm saying. Like that sounds. If you're into that, good for you, man. But me, I don't know. Sounds crazy.
I'm not into that, dude. Like that's just too much, man. That's just I don't know, man. Just stick to skateboarding. Just cruise on the streets. Go skate a bowl. Go skate a park, and just have fun, man.
Yeah, skateboarding will fucking do the work itself. You just try to get on the thing and balance and do cool shit with it.
That's it, dude. You know, I mean, it's I don't know. There's so much going on in skateboarding, man. I go on to social media. I don't respond to any of it, you know, and I check out things and I read people's comment, not on ours, but other people. Like I'll watch a video and I'll read people's comments and just to see what people say and see how they act and you know, what they, you know, and I don't write any comments. I don't respond to it. And I do the same thing with football too, you know, like sports too, like football and hockey. I'll read what other people say and it's a good laugh because I'll just laugh about it. Like, this dude's a fucking idiot, dude.
Yeah,
you know?
online, it's like a slippery slope. But if you're in person, you could definitely find the humor in it.
I do, man.
There's people online though that are just like click, 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 and they're just trying to like. I get some crazy messages once in a while from people that just like found the internet and they just don't. They're just like don't know what they're doing yet. You know, get some crazy ones occasionally. It's not all the time, but.
I got my first hate on the True Sk8board Mag Instagram.
Oh shit! Fuck, man. They're like, you're not into the Olympics. Fuck you, bro.
No, it was on freaking Shannon's clip I posted of him from Arbor. He was just doing it was an OB. He was only up 50-50 in a kink ledge, and
freaking
he fell.
So good.
And then he did it again, and this kid wrote, I didn't write back. I just put a heart on it, like make him feel special.
I love you.
and then the kid was like, he's like, that shit was stupid or something. He said something. I don't remember what he said. So I took a picture of it and sent it to Shrieking. I was like, hey, I got my first hate up. And he's like, great. A hate on me.
I mean, dude, people find the internet. The internet's the Wild West, bro. Much like skateboarding, it takes all types, right?
Oh my god, dude. It's funny. And the funny thing is people that have nothing to do with skateboarding or football or fashion or anything that are hating on people. You know what I mean? Yeah. They can be like, I don't know, they can be into video games and all of a sudden they turn around and they start hating on things. And it's like, dude, you're not part of this. You don't understand, dude. Like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, they're fucking all on scooters, dude. I always get the scooter beefs, man. The little kids and the scooters.
You get scooter beefs?
Well, they just want your acceptance so bad, and it's like, dude, I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. Just let go. Balance without it. It'd be way better looking, and you'll have more balance, and then you can. I'm not dumbing skateboarding down for you kids because all your parents bend to your will and let you do whatever and buy you all these things. I'm not willing to dumb skateboarding down to act like scootering is something that's even comparable.
Do they ask you to sponsor them?
No, but they always want like shout outs or they just want free shit or they think they deserve like something, you know, and it's like, dude, you're 12 first of all, and dudes are out here doing what you're doing but with style and not holding on. Like, you're asking me for free stuff, or they want like you to promote their shit, or like they're just like excited little kids, you know? And it's like, you picked scootering because it's easier, and now you're trying to build your career off of it. That's what I was saying. It's meant for the Olympics. You could have a career in scootering. You could be like, yeah, I didn't make the scootering Olympic team, and I retired. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It would be perfect fit because all those kids, they're doing the easier thing. Rolling Stone said it. They had an article that some mom printed out and left at our skate park that was sympathetic to scootering. It said, the millennial sport of choice is scootering because it has the same disruptive spirit as skateboarding minus the learning curve, the steep learning curve. The one good thing about skateboarding is that it's hard and a challenge, and they're saying that the millennials are choosing scootering, and there are a good amount of those kids, but nowadays I see so many little kids like interested in skateboarding. It blows my mind, and those scooter kids are just like, you're kind of like, oh, they're out there. It's like the difference from someone training for the Olympics and someone just into skating. It's like you go see it and you're like, half the time they're just little kids, so I can't be that hard. They're just kids out there that want to be having fun, and they have too much sugar, and their parents like got them Jordans, and they're lit, and they want to go show how lit they are with their like reflective like scooter tails, lights and stuff. You know, they're just little kids, but they all hit puberty, and it's like I haven't seen one make it past yet. I bet in California there are. They're all out here.
I seen like 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds on scooters.
Mobbing, dude. I know.
They're like professional scooters, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck? You professional scooter, dude?
That's a prison of hell right there. That's my worst nightmare. Never.
Well, you know what scooters are? It's the new fruit booters.
Yeah, it is. You're being mean to rollerbladers. Yeah, you're fucking right. It is.
I used
You're a
to,
fruit
and
booter, dude.
I dare say this, Tommy. Rollerblading's cooler than scootering now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's so
yeah.
so rare. You're like, that dude must really give a shit about that, like, because he hung on to rollerblading. You know, like you see him out there, like. It's because there's no it's because it's too easy. So like all these people get into it and it doesn't challenge them and there's no depth to it. So then they just like it gets popular and then it fades out, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas like skateboarding is kind of like it's like you got to learn to balance, and that's like a fundamental thing. And once you learn that, then you can take it as far as you want if you want to apply yourself, you know, or you can just have it in your life, you know. You can just push around with style. You don't even have to hold on. It's just like there's nothing comparable. That's all I'm saying.
Well, you know what it is? All the fruit
Get off my
booters
back,
quit.
motherfuckers.
Hey, all the fruit booters quit fruit booting.
That's a shame.
And so now they're all becoming rainbows.
No. They just come out and like everyone becomes them. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, hey, you know what? Fruit booting's done. We're gonna be scooters. We're gonna be rainbows now, man. Let's get out of here.
They just like rainbows now. They just like to.
I guess so.
Maybe. I don't know. All I know is like if you're into it, you're into it. But I feel like it's got to engage you. Like it's got to really be a challenge. It can't be easy. And I feel like with a lot of those things, you get the free jump. The ollie's like the hardest thing, you know, because you have to like really learn the timing and popping, and like to get a good ollie is like really hard. But like when you jump on like a scooter or just like rollerblades, you get the free jump already.
Exactly.
You're already at stage 2. You're about to be twisting upside down, and you're at the top of the mountain. Then what?
Well, you got to think about it. Ollie is what structures everything.
Yeah.
You know, if you can't ollie, you can't do kick flips. You can't do hill flips.
Yeah.
If you can't ollie, you can't do backside 180s. You can't do other tricks. So you have to do ollies. You know what I mean?
You have to learn to balance and hold it and
Yeah.
pop the board off the ground. And like actually, yeah, it takes hours to like do that.
And I will tell you, when I was younger, I had the worst balance, dude. And then once I started skateboarding, my balance is so much better, dude. I couldn't even roller skate, dude. I sucked at roller skate. I always fell. And then once I started skateboarding, my balance has gotten so much better, you know?
Yeah, I do.
and it helps a lot.
That's precisely why I do skateboard lessons, because it keeps me balancing. It's like being fluid and like on my board, even when I'm not trying to like get gnarly or something. It's like time where I can be on my board and like kind of revisit and learn skateboarding with like someone new, you know, and as I'm trying to explain to them like how I would do it, you know, and then watch them do it. So it just keeps me balancing. It's like skateboarding. That's what I'm saying. Most people that skate a lot, they're pretty like doing pretty good in life. They're balanced out. They're skating. They found a way to like stay in some moments, you know.
Yeah.
It's cool, man.
Definitely, dude.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome, man. I'm really hyped. Congrats on your show, man. Getting a season down. That's awesome. I remember go back to starting this show and like the YouTube channel and just trying to figure out how to do it so it's sustainable and that it's fun and it's worth doing and we enjoy it, and like because these things are hours of our lives and seconds of our lives. Like our energy is what we're putting into these things, and the time is the proof, you know. So it's like you got to build these structures into your life so you enjoy them, not make them a prison or like make it set up. Don't set yourself up for failure. Just find ways to build skateboarding in your life so that you can have it and it sustains you and brings you like good times and good people, and like, you know, it's cool that I'm happy to meet a fellow traveler out there.
Oh yeah, dude. And you know what? And I watch your show all the time, and I actually have your show favored on my Spotify.
Nice.
So because I do because other than not doing my magazine or doing the show, I get bored. So other than skateboarding and walking Elwood, I do Grubhub on the side.
Nice.
And that's like food delivery. So what I do is I just put my Spotify on and I listen to all your shows on Spotify.
Hell yeah, dude. That's way sick.
You know, so I mean, it's cool because I mean, it's like because what you're doing, and you know, you're not just, you know, you're bringing all types of people in on your show, and it's entertaining. You know what I mean? Because I listen to other podcasts and not skateboarding, but other people's, and it's not entertaining. But when I listen to yours, it's very entertaining, dude. And what you're doing is amazing, man. And same with All I Need too, man. Like I love it, dude. I love what you're doing, dude. Like, you know, like you came from a lot, dude. Like New York and World and everything, and to start your own company, dude. That's fucking props, man. That's, and especially in this nowadays, it's hard to start your own company.
Yeah, man, I appreciate that, and I'm glad that we've been linking up for years. Like you've been involved from the beginning, man, and we've always
found ways to work with each other, and it's cool.
Yeah, I think the first time was Tampa Pro.
Yeah.
When you, Charlie, who else was with you?
I was gonna bring up Charlie earlier in the show too, just because we were talking about like, Pete Kelly, because you were talking about older skaters still get going.
Yep.
You know, I just think of timeless Charlie, so good.
Oh, Charlie's the best, dude. I love Charlie. What's up, Charlie?
Yeah, shout out Charlie. I watched him learn 540s, man, at like 38 or something. He learned them, dude, at Woodward. I was like, dude, speak of diets, this guy was always on a diet.
Charlie, he's always healthy, dude.
He's a legend.
I think when I was, I stopped by. I think when I was leaving Florida to come move back to San Diego, I stopped in Louisiana to visit Charlie. And me and Elwood and stuff, and Elwood couldn't handle the Louisiana heat, dude. He was done, dude. He was like, dude, I'm hot as shit. Get me out of here. But it was cool, dude. I hung out with Charlie for a little bit, and his wife, and, you know, just before they had the baby and everything. And then I think I stayed in Lafayette, hung out with Shannon May for a little bit, a couple of her homies and stuff like that. So, yeah, dude, Charlie's an awesome dude, man. He's like a Pete Kelly, you know. He taught me and learned a lot from that dude, man. Mad respect to him.
Same. He turned me pro. He's him and RP. So double shout out, dude. Fucking legend.
I'm stoked for you. I'm stoked they did that, dude.
Yeah. His back threes are nothing to fucking laugh at either. Man,
dude.
Everyone. And he knows Markovich too. He's a Markovich fan as well.
Oh, Markovich insane, dude. Like, but Markovich doing good too, man. Like,
that's good to hear.
He's doing good too, and then you know, another guy too. I forgot to mention that came out of Pensacola, Ricky Bienbaum, the dude.
The dude. How's he doing?
The dude. He's doing good. You know, he just had his show on 9 Club. I know he did that. I will say he's coming on our show end of the season, so I got him coming on the show too.
That's awesome,
and,
dude.
Yeah, and I grew up with Ricky too. So I mean, like I remember his times, and you know, and him. And Markovich and those guys, like that crew, I mean, that crew right there inspired me a lot in skateboarding. You know what I mean? Like, you know, Ricky would take me under wings and we'd go skate and stuff like that. Or I'd go party at his house that was down the road from the school that we used to skate at and stuff. So, I mean, you know, yeah. Man, I forgot to mention his name about Pensacola too. So that's another dude that came out of Pensacola.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Well, fuck yeah, Tommie. Thank you again, and we'll have to do this again. For sure.
Hell yeah, dude. And I'm down to get you on the co-host on the show, man.
Yeah, dude, if I can work with you guys in any capacity, let's try to line it up and create something fun and cool together. We did that one at the bar, and that was really fun, man. It was cool to just hang out and see other people doing rad shit on the other side of the country. And I had that legal weed that I bought. I was high as shit, bro. So fucking high. I seen scooters whizzing by and shit. It was crazy.
Hey, that's why you came over here. You're like, damn, it's legalized over here. I'm gonna buy my shit. Hey, I'm gonna bring home a suitcase. I don't have to worry about buying that shit out of these, man.
Dude, realistically though, I don't smoke too much weed. I used to smoke more, but I surprisingly don't smoke it as much as I pretend to. Really, it's weird. I like to smoke weed, but I can't do it all the time, you know. But
only time I do it is with Carl. He'll roll up a spliff and he say he wants a spliff. I'm like, yeah, I'll smoke a spliff. Yeah. But one thing I won't do it before the show. I'll do it after the show, but not before the show.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I like to smoke weed and skateboard though. Like if I'm gonna go have a session at the skate park and I'm gonna try to like get loose and skate, I'll get really fucking high and go skate.
Dude, I can't do it.
Really?
I trip, dude. Like I hallucinate and shit, dude. It fucks with my brain. I think the last time I got super high.
Dude, if I get high, I can make the Olympic team, bro. They just won't let me in. The drug test won't let me in. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, we should hold a sign that say "Let Anthony Shetler in."
only if you can get high. If I can get high at the Olympics, I'm in there. Bro.
There we go, dude. But no, definitely, dude. I'm so proud of you, man. Like what you're doing, and like I said before, with All I Need and the podcast and what you're doing with Edge Skate Park and putting on New England. Was it New England Clam Am? Yep, that Clam Am. I can't remember what it was, Clam Am or something.
That's a good one.
But what you're doing, dude, is fucking amazing, dude. I'm so happy for you, man. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Especially you and me both know how this industry is, dude. Like, for you, what you're doing, dude, on the East Coast, where it's the hardest to do it on.
Yeah, man.
You're killing it, dude.
I just am obsessed with skateboarding, and like much like you, man. I just want to keep doing more stuff, and I just trying to find ways to do it, and like try to be smart with it and take inches and add them up and find ways to do it, because like nothing's given to us, so I don't expect not to work. Like, I want to work. I just want to work at things that matter with people that matter, and I know you know that. Like,
yeah.
That's why skateboarding matters to us, and the people in skateboarding matter, because we get it. You know what it takes to be a skateboarder, you know? And there's levels to it, but we still understand it, you know? There's so many people. It's so ingrained, you know?
Yeah.
Don't give it all the way to the Olympics, bro. Skateboarding's way more deep and rich than just anyone could buy and show you. You know, like, you gotta go in the trenches and get dirty with skateboarding.
Hey, talk about trenches. Talk about trenches. What's up, Truman Hooker? You guys throw some Anthony Shetler some trench clothes, man.
Dude, Truman shreds, man. That guy's so
dude.
good. I'm gonna have to go watch some of his footage now, just because you shout him out, dude.
Dude, he has his own little clothes company called Trenches. Dude.
Oh, that's amazing. That's so cool.
I'll tell him I have to send you some clothes to rock it, dude.
Yeah, tell him that I'll trade him a tee for an all I need to. We can switch him up.
There you go.
We had a video called In the Trenches, so it'd be sick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was our second video.
What?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. That's sick, dude.
Cool, man. Well, yeah. Oh, before you go, let people know exactly all the platform and where they can check it out, like the source, like the best spot for them to go to check out the episodes or anything that you got going on.
Yeah, definitely. I got you, dude. Don't worry.
Thanks.
All right, homie. Pound.
Tell them, hey, Tommie, tell them exactly what social media that you have, so they know where to find it. Is it all just True Skateboard Mag?
Yeah, I'll put it on True Skateboard Mag. Actually, it'll be on everything. So what I'll do is it'll be on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, True Skateboard Mag, Instagram, and then I'll put it on my personal too.
Okay, cool. And
then I'll put it on the site too. So I'll blast it on all of that.
Dope. And I'll make sure to share. And if people want to check it out, it's at True Skateboard Mag, right?
Yep, True Skateboard Mag. Either look us on Instagram, True Skateboard Mag on Instagram, or True Skateboard Mag on the site.
Nice. Simple and easy.
Hell yeah, homie. Pound.
Peace.
Peace.
Hey, hold on real quick.